let's play some Dungeon World.
All right.
I'm excited.
I don't know anything about it.
Role-playing in Dungeon World. So yeah, let me just as a thing. We had several conversations before we started the game where everybody was like, "What do I need to know? I want to do homework.
Yeah.
What dice should I bring?" And I was just like, "Shut up! Don't talk to me. Do nothing. Prepare nothing, and we'll do it from the get-go." So, Dungeon World is first of all role-playing game. Surprise. Let that sink in. Okay. Yeah, you make note. In which all of you will have characters, which is why I have them laid before me. It's a fantasy role-playing game. We designed Dungeon World to feel like what people remember playing D&D as kids was like. So back when we were like, my character is cool and does cool things, and we didn't concern ourselves so much with the rules. The game has rules, otherwise it wouldn't be much of a game. Though if I could win role-playing game awards selling a game that's not a game, that'd be pretty sick.
Wow. Yeah. Buy the book, it's just empty.
Like, so we do have a game that we're going to play. But it's basically in the core mode of like a Dungeons & Dragons, a fantasy adventure game. It's going to have elves and wizards and what have you, but we don't have a setting. There's no campaign setting except what's implied in the characters that you choose. So like if nobody chooses to play the wizard, there may not be magic of that type in the universe, right? So the job that I'm going to be doing above and beyond at the beginning, getting you all set up with your characters and making choices, is taking notes and figuring out kind of what the setting that we're building as we do this looks like. So I'm going to just get us started on character creation, and feel free to ask questions. This is a pro-question environment because we don't know anything about the game yet. We don't know anything about the game or its system or indeed the world in which we're going to be playing. So the first thing that one does when one is playing Dungeon World is choose a class. Your class is the core thing that defines what your character does. You're all adventurers. You may or may not be friends. We'll find that out as we make our characters. But you are on a mission or a quest or engaging in a dangerous thing together, by choice or otherwise, and we'll figure all that out. You'll work out your character's relationships mechanically as the last step of the thing. But the first thing we need to know is what job does your character do? What kind of stuff does your character do when you are on an adventure? And that is defined primarily by your class. I'm really attracted to this word immolator.
Yeah, there's the immolator brand.
Yeah, everybody can just fight over the immolator. So like, here's one of the things about choosing character class in Dungeon World is that there's only one of each thing. If you are it's not an immolator, it's the immolator. You are the only one. So
in the world.
There's only one in the party, certainly. And so if more than one player wants to be the same thing, then we can discuss it like grown-ups. Or we can fight. Does anybody have like a batleth?
Look, you're new here. We have a way of sorting out differences.
Yeah, it's called the TARP budget.
Yeah, I was going to say, the last time I was here, I don't remember anyone getting any of their limbs severed or anything, but that was then and this is now. Yeah. So, okay.
A lot can change in a couple months.
Yeah, evidently. Okay, so the classes, I'll give you like a quick kind of rundown of each of the classes, and you can figure out. Most of these, if you have played Dungeons & Dragons or any of the thousands of games that have taken inspiration from it, you will know what these things are, but I'll give you information where you need it. So like, for example, the Barbarian in Dungeon World isn't just a like shirtless rageaholic. They are a character who is both an outsider, so wherever everyone else is from, you are not from there. Whatever is normal about everyone else, you are not that. So you're from somewhere else, you are an outsider in some meaningful way, and you are driven by your passions. It might be a thirst for new experience, it might be a thirst for blood. It's going to be defined as part of your character, but you're driven by that one thing. You need this thing, and you're driven by it. And that's maybe why you've come from your place of origin. The bard is a bard. They know things. Maybe they sing songs, maybe they paint paintings, maybe they interpretive dance, but their art is magic. And they use that to help their friends and to annoy their enemies. Or maybe it's the other way around. A cleric is a servant of the gods or a god. Again, if we have no pantheon to speak of to begin with, if you choose to play the cleric, you're saying to me and to the rest of the group, like, I want to have some things to say about religion in this setting and about the gods or my deity in particular. They get magic, comes from the gods, like a cleric. The druid in Dungeon World is a shapeshifter. They come from a place of deep wilderness, and they have learned to take the shape of the animals of that place. They also have some ability to hear the whispers of the spirits and to commune with them.
But less like tree magic and flower magic and stuff?
Almost no spell casting in
Okay.
the traditional sense.
Yeah.
They can turn into stuff, and they can take on those shapes. And no matter what shape they take on, they always retain one animal feature. So if your animal is a deer, you might always have deer antler. Whether if you're a bear or a hawk or whatever, you might have little antlers.
Sure.
No matter, and as a human, it's your tail. It's what sets you apart from everyone else of your race.
Can you change into non-animal things like a tree?
Not at level 1 you can't, but you have a lot of leeway in terms of what animals are from your place. They can be real animals. You can be like, this is a hawk squid, and we can figure what the hell that is. Right, so you have some room to define what those animals are. The fighter fights things.
Yep.
They fight things. They have a special weapon that no one else can have. It might be passed down to them. Yeah, I mean, it's a unique. Yeah, it's a unique weapon. It might be passed down to them along their lineage. They might have found it or been bequeathed it by someone, but it is special. There are others like it, but this one is theirs.
Yeah.
The immolator lights things on fire, including themselves. That's their thing.
Flame on!
Yeah, they and both literally and metaphorically they burn things. So they have social moves for like shutting people down with insults, and they have moves that let them turn their connection to other people into power in exchange for destroying it. The paladin is a character driven by authority. They have the voice of authority, whether it comes from the gods or some other source. People listen to them when they give orders. The ranger gets an animal companion. They are a warrior of the wilderness, and if you want to have like a pet goat or something, the ranger is a good choice for that. And you'll define your animal companion as part of character creation. The thief steals things.
Go on.
That's their thing. That's what the word means. They take things that don't belong to them. And then the wizard taps into the arcane tapestry of the universe and uses their will to change reality in ways that no one else is able to, at a cost, of course, because that's how it works. So those are the classes.
Okay.
And you're each going to choose one.
Yep.
Who wants to be what?
See, my general go-to pick is always the cleric.
Yeah.
Then you should be a cleric, if you want to be.
Have you played cleric in a while?
Yes.
Yeah, the
I've
last
been playing cleric in like every D&D campaign I've played.
Yeah,
in
big
my life.
same. I'm usually a cleric too.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want
You
to do
want to
that.
switch
this
it up,
time.
or do you want to
Yeah.
go for...
Well, you could deviate slightly, and you could be a paladin if you want to stay within the religious authority wheelhouse.
That's the thing. I don't think I want to be in the religious wheelhouse.
So if you want to
today.
just go like completely outside.
Can I be the thief? That's like so
Yeah.
not me.
Yeah.
I'll be the thief.
Hey, actually, speaking of that, I never play clerics. I will be a
Yeah,
cleric.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Go for the emulator. I won't fight.
Thinking druid.
You're
Oh.
Madrid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shapeshifty.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Gotta pick an animal.
What do you think would be
Several
better
elements.
to round out the party here? Barbarian or immolator?
Do you want to light things on fire?
I mean,
Or
always.
do you? Well, I mean, the barbarian still. It's not like the immolator has a monopoly on lighting things on fire.
I mean, what if I want to light things
yeah,
on
right.
fire?
Like, no, I'm sorry. In this universe, fire is
The
restricted to
If
one
I don't
character.
take the immolator, there's no fire in this world. We established
That's
this.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just dark and cold all the time.
I'm kind of feeling barbarian, honestly.
barbarian?
From the Fire Nation.
Ah, yes.
Okay, so you want to be a barbarian?
I understood
Yeah.
that reference.
Very good.
All right. Well, let me put these on the ground.
I like that we were all
I
excited
wish
about
we had
immolator.
like a shredder here. So
I know,
we
right?
could-
Just waste more paper.
Yeah, exactly. Just fling them into space. Okay, so you have your class. Now, everything that you're going to need to know rules-wise is on that sheet. I'm going to refer to the front and the back of the sheet, but
Okay.
you have to. Just imagine one of them is the back. The one that has your class in big letters is the front of your character sheet. You're going to have 2 sheets for spells. Don't worry about those right now. You'll get to those. The first thing that you need to do, now that you have your character sheet, is choose your character's race. So they are options listed on the right-hand side of the character sheet. I think because no one is playing a paladin, everybody should have options. You, my barbarian friend,
Yeah, can't open this. Oh, there we go.
you
My
are an
race is
outsider.
outsider.
So you
yeah.
think about, and you can wait to reveal this. I'm going to do your intro when we do the intros. I'm going to do you
Yeah.
last because we need to establish a normal before you can show up and be like, oh yeah, okay, all this stuff is normal, so I'm from outer space or whatever, right?
I just noticed you have a perk called "What is Best in Life."
Right? Yes, the barbarian is full of silly
Yeah,
references to things. I mean,
yeah.
all the classes are. But yeah, so think on yours, but you don't have a choice. You're an outsider. No matter what, you are from somewhere culturally, physically removed from. I've had people play barbarians who are temporally removed. Someone was like, these guys are like, I'm from the Elven Kingdom of Lothlandia, and you're like, I am from Sacramento, California. I arrived here through a rift in time-space from the year 1975. So, like, you know, again, because there's only this implied setting, we can kind of go a little goofy with it if we want. But part of this process is, like, reading the tone of the group, right? If everybody's being serious and you're like, I'm from Sacramento, we're all going to look at you like, really?
Yeah.
Read the room, Serge. Yeah. So, choose your race. Just tick the box. It may have mechanical, like, stuff, but don't worry too much about that. A big thing about making characters in this game is just choose the options that seem cool, not the ones that are like the best.
Yeah.
Because the game is wildly imbalanced on purpose, so don't worry about it.
I have an option here that's blank.
Yeah, if you just want to make one up, if you think that you can design a Dungeon World race in the span of 15 seconds, you're welcome to.
Within 15 seconds of picking a character.
Please, if you would like to just design one, that would be cool. I mean, you can also just say you're something else, and then we can figure out a bonus for that. If you want to put me on the spot, I can just design something for you. If you're like, I don't want to be a halfling or a human.
Hey, Adam, can I just call your attention to something? Look at the overlay right now. Look at these rad little character arts we have for the characters we picked.
There you go. Look, you're green. And you
I
have a
am.
skull on your head.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Done. All right. I am a greensman. All right. I'll
You can tell I'm a rogue because I have 2 knives, 2 of something. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those is stolen.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Adam, can I be a half orc?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's all I want to do.
Yeah, so just check that blank one and write half orc, and we'll figure out what being a half orc thief means. I mean, you can be an entire orc if you want. You don't even have to
No, I just want to be half.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Down the
Top
middle.
or bottom?
Down the middle, top or bottom. I'm a top guy orc. Yeah, top men. Top guys doing top guy things.
I feel like that's a different stream, Adam. So once you've got your race figured out, choose your character's name and choose your look. Now for look, there are going to be 3 options. Maybe 4, depending on how fancy your character is. Circle or underline one thing in each list, or write in your own.
Okay.
And then come up with a name for your character. We give you a list of names in case you just feel like picking one, but you can make up your own too.
I still feel like I have to
allowed.
wait to define my race before I can figure out my look.
Yeah, if you want to, that's fine.
Yeah. What are you two thinking about for your race?
I'm a human.
I picked halfling.
Human, halfling, half orc. Okay. Well, the art is green. Let's brainstorm green people.
We already have a half orc. We don't know if half orcs are green yet. We don't know anything about anything yet.
Yeah.
You could be a
My
Martian.
half orc's name is Oogle.
Great, thank you.
Oogle.
We
the
actually
half-orc.
reached the part of character creation when you shout your character name for no reason unprompted into the room. That's part of how did you? I told you not to read the book before you started.
Oh, really? That's how I operate everything, though. That's just me. His name is Oogle.
Fantastic. All right, yeah, we have a cleric, we got a druid, we got a thief, and we got a barbarian. Okay. All right, so yeah, do that. Come up with your character's name and think about your look. Feel free to change it as we go, but this is just to kind of get your character, start cementing what your character looks like in your head, and you'll introduce them using this thing. So once you've got that, or if you are ready to move on, we're going to figure out stats. So let me talk to you about the core mechanic of the game. There's really only just the one. So whenever you do anything in Dungeon World, you're going to be rolling 2 6-sided dice, and you're going to add or subtract a modifier based on your stats. The modifier will be between -3 and +3, and you're going to get one of 3 results when you make this roll. You're going to get a 10 or better. So 10, 11, 12, all of those are the same. You get a 10 or better, which means whatever you're trying to do, you do it, and there's some additional benefit, or you look cool doing it, or you're given an additional option you wouldn't normally get because you did such a good job. If you get a 6 or less, anything 6 or under, you get an experience point. Yay! But you also fail, and I get to do something bad to you. I'm never going to roll dice in this.
Sure.
So bad things happen to the characters when they attempt things and they fail them. If you get a 7 to 9, you'll be able to do the thing you wanted, but it might be limited or it might cost you something. And most of the rolls, designer insight, most of the rolls in the game are in that middle spot mathematically. So most of the game is going to be I do the thing, and I'm like, cool, well, it's going to cost you. Do you want to do this or that? Or like, I do the thing. Great, it doesn't go exactly the way you planned. Something else happens. So most of the game lives in that space, and it keeps things rolling along. So your stats, they are familiar to anyone who has played a popular fantasy role-playing game before. You're going to have these 6 stats. On your character sheet, above your stat block, there is a list of numbers. You see them? There's like a 2-digit number and then a little modifier.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that guy right there. Do you see it? So assign your stats. You're going to want the bigger number up top next to the word. So if it's a strength, you can see you want 16 strength. You put the 16 next to the word strength, and then in the little bubble, you're going to put the modifier that goes with it.
Nice. Okay.
So just do that. If you have questions about what your character does or what you would use your stats for, I am happy to help. The cleric and the druid both, your shapeshifting and your spellcasting are based on wisdom.
Cool.
Dexterity is your most important one for thief type stuff. And then for you, it kind of depends on how you want to play.
Like
If you wanna
strength or
be
constitution,
Yeah, if you want to
probably.
be a big bruiser, strength is a good one. But everyone will use all their stats. There isn't a situation in which you're going to be like, cool, I have a -2 in charisma. I'm going to be safe. I'll never have to roll charisma.
How punished am I going to be if I put a low stat into Dex?
So it's not that you'll be punished exactly. It's just that your character will try to do things that they are supposed to be good at and fail and have interesting things happen to them as a result.
I kind of like I like the
You'll
idea
get a lot
of
of
like
experience.
a big strong orc, but he's just not very dexterous. Like he's just the world's worst thief. Like, okay.
Right.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
having a low dexterity would mean that you're going to try to do things like sneak and steal and whatever.
Yeah.
And
Because he's like too lazy to get a real job.
Yeah,
You know
that's a
what I
good
mean?
reason
Yeah.
to be an adventurer.
he's like, I'd rather just steal from people. But some people just aren't good at something they want to do, right? Like, you could do it.
My halfling's name is
real.
Tumble.
It's a little too...
Your halfling's name is Tumble?
Where can we find you on
Yeah.
Yeah.
So figure out your modifiers.
Yeah.
Get your stats sorted out. Once you're done with that, once you have those, you can figure out now your hit points. On your sheet, it will give you it's the little heart-shaped guy up at the top. So it'll give you a number to add to whatever your constitution is. No, not the modifier, but the full, like, big
Nice.
number.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, for you, it's constitution plus 6, so it'll
21?
be 21. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah,
I've
if
just
you write down, like, 5 or 7 or something, it's probably you've put the
Way
wrong
too
number.
low?
Yeah.
So I figured out what my outsider status is going to be.
say
Red,
it.
wine, green.
Don't
Don't even
tell
say
us.
anything?
Don't tell
Oh,
us.
okay.
There's a whole...
What about the part where I shout it out loud?
No, that's not real. I was making fun of Adam was what that was. I don't know if it's humorous. So, we'll get to that. There's a section right near the end where we all take time to introduce our characters to each other and to our audience and to me so that I can kind of build off a bit. But right now they're all just little bits and pieces coming together. So figure out your starting HP, and then everybody has some choices they need to make in terms of starting moves. Now, a move in Dungeon World is a discrete mechanical element that lets you accomplish something. There are basic moves everyone can do, which are on these sheets, which I will let you pass around when we get playing. But basically, every adventurer in the campaign, in the world of Dungeon World, can do things like fight in melee. They can use their strength to fight enemies with a sword or an axe. They can shoot bows. They can parlay with NPCs. They can defend their allies. They can spout lore and discern realities. But you have classes that give you special things you can do. And these are all listed under your starting moves. I believe that the only choice you need to make is what kind of poison you like. What is your poison? So choose that. You're going to be looking at whether you are a barbarian with armor or a barbarian without armor.
Yeah.
And then take a look at your appetite. Figure out your Herculean appetite, what drives you. For the druid, you're going to choose where you're from, and think about your tell. What is your animal thing that shows up all the time? And then for the cleric, you're going to figure out your god. So you're going to decide what your god is a god of, what they demand of you, and what boons you get in recompense from your deity. And so these special moves help define the characters from one another. And characters in Dungeon World, they tend to expand out rather than up. So since we're just doing a one shot, we're not going to see a lot of this, but as the characters advance, they tend to get more stuff they can do rather than getting better and better at the stuff that they're already good at. So right now you're kind of just setting the stage for what your character is predominantly about, and then we'll go around and introduce that stuff afterwards.
Do I just like circle the one that I want?
You could underline it, you could circle it, you could write this one and draw an arrow. It's a role-playing game. You can do
These
whatever you want.
advanced moves are so good. My love for you was like a truck. Berserker.
Berserker, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, we did the Barbarian in the emulator after all of the other classes, and by the time I started writing the names for the moves for the Barbarian, I was both like a little sick of this game and also pretty punch drunk on designing it. So it's like, this is fine. This is
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
whatever. Then it goes.
we'll give them some silly names.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, the game is full of that stuff. So if you have your starting moves figured out because it is easy, because you only have one choice, or because you're just ready to roll, the next thing will be choosing your alignment. So alignment in Dungeon World is fairly straightforward. You'll have a list at character creation of choices. You can be good or evil. You can be neutral. You can be lawful. You can be chaotic. They will be showing up on your character sheets as basic options. You won't have all of those as an option. And the way that alignment works is if you do your alignment thing at least once during the session, you'll get a point of experience for it at the end. So it is like a flag for play. So pick a thing that you want to do. Don't pick something that you don't want to do. So it's a way that we get rewarded for playing our characters. So choose your alignment. And then once you have done that, the next step is gear. So your gear is kind of like look in that you are going to be choosing from several lists. Most of the time the list will say choose this or that or choose one of. You can underline or circle or asterisk or draw a line pointing at or highlight your choices in whatever form you
Feeling
like.
very attacked.
In every group, there's one.
one.
And this you're it.
Adam's that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're max today.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Sick. I have a question. If my alignment now
So-
is it like
I will tell you this: the thief.
yeah?
You have a move. Do you want to read flexible morals?
When someone tries to detect your alignment, you can tell them any alignment you like.
Right. So all the characters, there are moves in the game that say like that you get to ask people questions, and someone might ask you like, "What's your alignment?" And if the mechanics demand it, everyone else has to be like, "Oh, my character is good." But the thief has flexible morals, so you can be like, "I am good," and your character sheet says evil.
Yeah.
So you are allowed to keep it a secret if you want.
Yeah, I just picture him as more of a coward. So that comes across like some people might think that's evil, even though it's not necessarily. Like if you were going to typecast him, like he's a little bit of a coward, and he kind of like bails people randomly, like for no reason.
Okay.
So I think that might be considered evil, but like I don't think it very falls under like neutral or.
Well,
chaotic.
so what is the action for evil for a thief?
Shift danger or blame from yourself to someone else. Yeah, that's it.
So that's an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more him.
Yeah.
I think the. All right.
So that's certainly.
But
an
not
option.
like he's not malicious about it.
Listen,
he's just a coward.
Yeah, you can equivocate in character.
Yeah.
I don't need any of this. I don't care about your character's moral
That's
outlook.
fair. Yeah. All right.
We'll interrogate that in the fiction.
And then choose your moves.
Yeah, so choose your gear. There will probably be some questions. The way that gear works, the important stuff for dungeoneering in Dungeon World, weapons in this game do not have their own amount of damage. So if you're like, how much damage does a longsword do? It doesn't matter. A longsword does the same amount of damage as a broadsword or a mace or whatever in the hands of a person who knows how to wield it.
Sure.
So a wizard wielding a two-handed sword does a d4 damage with it because they're clumsy and they don't know how to use it. Whereas a fighter or a barbarian can use a chair leg as effectively as they can a longsword. They have tags that let you know how close or how far you have to be to use them, and they have mechanical flavor. But you just basically choose whatever weapons seem like fun.
Cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. I like that idea.
Yeah, I believe you have a move that makes all the weapons you use have the messy and forceful tag. I think the barbarian might start with that one.
Muscle bound. While you wield a weapon, it gains the forceful and messy tags.
Right, which means no matter what weapon you use, it will always cause the most amount of like physical harm to whatever you are hitting. You're still going to roll for damage, but it's always going to be messy and it's always going to knock people around. You don't
Right
have a lot
on.
of
Right
finesse.
on. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
In the equipment, starting
Yes.
gear, adventuring gear, and healing potion.
Yeah, so healing potions just heal a set number of hit points. Adventuring gear, because I didn't want to write an equipment list that was like, here's every piece of equipment you could possibly come up with. It's a bag in which there are 5 uses of adventuring equipment, so climbing gear, torches, whatever. And as you take things out, you're like, I'm going to use one use of my adventuring gear. Now it is a rope. It's a rope forever. You took it out of the bag, but until it comes out of the bag, it could be a rope, it could be a torch, it could be whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
And so we abstract that stuff a little bit.
So you get 5 items of your choosing.
Yeah, 5 items that you choose when you need them, not in advance. So you can just be like, oh, turns out I have a bag of flour in my adventure gear, and then you throw it on the floor. And you see
Of course I have rope.
Yeah, exactly, right? Because the characters are meant to be at least reasonably decent at their job, and they wouldn't forget stuff like that. So that's adventuring gear. Armor is, it reduces the amount of damage you take. So if you have leather armor and a shield, you add the armor numbers together, and then that's how much you subtract from any time you get hit. That's how armor works. Because again, I'm not rolling to hit you. You only get hit if you screw up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
So since I have leather armor
Choose your
on,
gear. Yep.
I just have one armor?
Yes. Yeah. So leather armor is one. And your hit points should be 6 plus your full constitution.
Oh, your full constitution?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because if you only had 7 hit points, you would die in the first hour, and then we'd all be sad. Well, I mean, I might not be sad, but
Somebody out there.
Someone
There's
theoretically.
billions of people on the planet. I'm sure one of them would be sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not anyone in this room.
Yeah,
Probably
no
not.
one-
No.
No one here.
I have the barbarian perk, unencumbered, unharmed,
Yeah.
which is I can't have a heavy load and neither wear armor nor carry a shield, but I get +1 armor. So is my armor 1?
Right, your armor would be 1 if you have no other armor, yeah.
I have no other armor.
Yeah.
All
Because you
right.
can get armor from, like, magic and other miscellaneous reasons, but as long as you're not wearing any,
Your armor
then
is
you
1.
have an armor of 1.
All right.
Yeah.
I assume that's good.
I mean, it's you will take 1 less damage. So when I say you
Oh
take
yeah, all right.
100 damage, you'll write down 99.
Very good, very good. All right.
Yeah, that won't happen. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot. It sounds like a lot of damage.
Yeah, it really is. Cool. Questions? Thoughts? How are we doing?
I think, yeah, that's...
Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
You have an option, I think, for your equipment. Poultices and herbs. They help you in healing other characters. They're like a less effective healing potion.
And they're slow.
Yeah, right. It takes time to like take them out and like
Yeah.
mush them up and put them on people.
Chew it up.
Yeah,
spit
spit it on them.
Yeah.
See? You got it.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're effective at different things than a potion, but a potion is like crack it, and drink it, and get 10 hit points back.
And then these bonds thing, are we doing that
So we'll
later?
talk about that in
Okay.
just a second. Bonds are the part we do after we do introductions because
Alright.
you don't know each other yet. Cool. Should we do intros? How are we doing? Are you okay over there, Cleric? You have
Yeah.
the most homework to do.
Yeah, I think I'm done. Like it's
Solid. All right.
I'm just fussing over my name.
Right. Yes. Okay. So what we're going to do now is introduce the characters. So this is an opportunity to spin out some of those like little bits and pieces into slightly more full-fleshed ideas. At the very least, you're going to tell us your character's class, which we all know, but remind us. You're going to tell our character's class. You're going to tell us your race. You're going to tell us your look. It would be important for us to know your name, so that'll be useful. And then I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. And the players, you can jump in and ask questions of each other too. These are going to be questions about your character particularly, but I'm going to ask you about things you've kind of put a stake in the ground in terms of the setting by making choices, right? So I will ask you about like other thieves or other half-orcs or like where you learned your druid magic from. And we'll do that. And at the end of all of this, part of this is not just simply to get us familiar with each other's characters, but it serves so that we know how to fill in our bonds. So bonds are the last part of character creation, and they are the part where you put the names of other characters into that little Mad Libs, little social Mad Libs list that you've got there. And this will help you understand kind of where you sit with the other characters. I'll ask a bunch of questions about those too. And mechanically, when you try to help another player help their character do something, or you try to hinder them, you try to get in their way, you get a bonus to the 2d6 roll based on the number of bonds you have with them.
All right.
So if you have no bonds, you're just flat 2d6 in it. But if you know them pretty well and you have 2 bonds with them, you're adding +2, which means they are vulnerable to both your help and your hindrance.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a way to show that you're interested in those characters. Everybody will have bonds written in already, so you can use those, you can fill them in. But yeah, as we do character intros, just listen to the other players and make notes as you like, and then fill in those bonds. That'll be the thing we do last. So we'll start with the cleric. We'll go this way so that we can end with the barbarian. Tell us about your character.
All right, I'm Spozenda Whipplestote.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna try to spell that.
Oh, I don't know how to spell it either. I kept having to-
Spozenda. I'm gonna spell it phonetically.
Yeah, that's how I did it.
Okay, Whipple Stout?
Whipplestoat.
Stoat.
Stoat.
Stoat or stout?
Stoat.
Like the rodent.
Yeah.
Okay. How does one whipple a stoat exactly?
Oh, that's a question for my ancestors.
Good, okay, good. I am very curious about like the crest of arms of the whipple stoats.
Spank youing a frog or something.
We are not a noble house. There's no crests or coat of arms anywhere in the Whipplestow genealogy.
And you're a human, right?
I am a middle-aged human woman.
Okay.
My body type I have described as middle-aged, which means but like it was once strong and lean, and there's a softness that is beginning to develop.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
But, not elderly,
Sure.
but perhaps just not once where it was.
Okay. All right. Spozenda the cleric. Okay. So tell us the rest of what other things you choose for look.
Okay, my eyes are sharp. My hair is graying.
Okay.
My clothes are simple and sturdy.
Yeah, okay. All right. Spozenda the human cleric. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about your deity. What are they? What are they the deity of? Does your deity have a name?
Oh, my deity has a name. My deity is Machnar the Fastidious. They
Okay.
are a deity of healing and restoration, and they are a 19-headed, sort of omnipresent, part animal, part human, part magical cloud kind of being. And they...
Where do I sign up to worship this Machnar the Fastidious?
Well, the issue with Machnar is that...
Yep,
is
okay.
that Machnar is all things and is, a constantly fluctuating, idea. And as such, Machnar is always like low-level annoyed. And Machnar likes things to be clean and tidy because frequently it's leaving trails of leaves behind itself or shedding hair.
Machnar is a god of both the ordering of things and the creating of disorder.
Yes, and is just a little. They're just a little tetchy.
Okay.
So in order.
Now, is this like a given? Is this a given thing? Like, do we know this about Machnar the Fastidious because Machnar is out here shambling around doing things, or is this all? Are you speaking like the canon of Machnar?
This
like,
is the canon of
It is known
Machnar.
because the sacred book says.
Yeah, the sacred book says that Machnar is always in kind of a low-key bad mood. So
Okay.
you have to, but Machnar is a very generous and kind and loving and God. So we observe important sacrificial rites. We do offerings, and they all have to be just so. Because they're already annoyed, so they have to be perfect. And this is what the high priests of Machnar tell you, is that they, either handwriting on this offering chit is not good enough, or like this is off center.
The church is highly dogmatic.
It's extremely
Okay.
just, yeah. There's a lot.
Okay, so is Machnar the Fastidious like a popular deity? Is there only just like you have no choice? It's Machnar or bust, or
I feel like it's Machnar or bust.
so there
in
are
this world.
no other gods that humans
Yeah, Machnar
worship.
has either absorbed them into.
Okay, so you
their-
worship
yeah.
the Katamari Damacy
Yeah.
of deities.
Represents
Okay.
all things.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. So are there a bunch of and I mean, this is the trick with having both a highly dogmatic religion that is the only religion available, allowed. Like, do missionaries of Machnar stamp out other religions, or do they do that thing where they're like, oh, this god that you were worshiping was actually just an aspect of Machnar all along?
Definitely the second one.
Okay. All right. So you absorb other faiths.
Yes.
Right.
Because we believe that Machnar is all things to all people and can appear in any shape or form. Machnar could be watching you right now and
It's
you
not the
wouldn't know.
winter solstice. It's Narsmus.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And so has that always been the case, or was there like a unification where Machnar became like? Is there a story of all of these like disparate human religions coming together in worship of Machnar, or?
I feel like perhaps thousands of years ago, but the origins of our mono-Nachnarism
Okay.
have been lost to time and ignorance.
Okay. So there's a mythical event.
Yes.
Okay. And is that like a fait accompli type situation where it's like we did it and then it's done and everybody else is like just wrong, or is the Machnaring of other faiths like an ongoing project?
I feel like, occasionally you find people who are like, hey, what if we worship some trees? And it's like, I mean, that's cool if you want to worship a tree, but you realize it's just Machnar in there, right? So,
Yeah.
we can all get along. And if you're going to do it, you might want to tidy up that altar a bit, because...
So everyone else in the party is not a human, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Is this Machnar thing like just a weird human
Yeah, I
problem?
think so.
Yeah.
It's like a weird kind of like, humans, you know how they get.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So is Machnar is this a microcosmic representation of how humans see themselves in the world? As like, do all humans follow this behavior because it is a human behavior, or is it a justification to do other things?
Interesting. I feel like Machnar, despite, being described as multitudinous and in a low-key good mood or low-key bad mood, is actually like supposed to be a representation of things that are good and the beauty of nature and just like the innate like life force of wherever we live, our plane of existence, and the ongoing striving for perfection. And just so it's like,
Right.
it's very aspirational.
Okay. So are there
It's not an evil god.
You can keep saying that. You don't have to convince me. I'm neutral. So there's this aspirational seed at the center of the church, but maybe that's not really how everybody else sees this Machnar situation. Are there like heretical sects within the worship of Machnar that are like the kind of thing like Machnar is everything, and so Machnar is also murder. So hooray, murdering for Machnar. Like.
There are heretical sects in as much as there are people who are just like, this is too much work. I don't think Machnar cares. I think Machnar would be fine. I am one of those people.
Okay, all right.
So you're a heretic.
I'm a light
That's
heretic.
such a strong word. Yeah,
I'm
I'm going to
like-
write down belongs to a light heresy.
That's why
okay.
I'm not doing the church thing. I'm going off adventuring. I just, I couldn't stand like all like the sweeping and the polishing and the scrubbing.
Right. So what is the core tenet of your like personal version of Narism?
I feel that Machnar is supposed to be a good deity, and to truly do good in the world, you can, polish so much chrome, right? And, lay out all these like beautiful offerings and stuff like that, where you're like getting in there with tweezers just to make sure everything is like the perfect and aesthetically pleasing angle. Or you can go out and heal someone, and I think that might be slightly more valid. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so you worship Machnar through the spirit of your actions rather than the letter of Machnar's law.
Yes, my alignment is good, not lawful.
Yeah. Okay. So has this alienated you from like the High Polisher?
Definitely.
Yeah.
The High Polisher is my high school friend Loponda, and if we see each other in the same town, we will definitely like politely acknowledge each other, but we will cross the street so we don't have to talk to one
So
another.
what danger? What have you learned or uncovered that makes you a threat to the Polisher and her regime?
I would say that despite the fact that I do not organize my 19 crystal figurines precisely according to the holy charts every time I do an offering to Machnar, my magic still works fine.
Right. So the fact that you're still getting right. So you represent that other people could be like this. Do you have like followers? Do you have a anybody that like that believes in your weird splinter version of this religion?
I haven't really been out trying to like recruit followers. I'm not trying to like actually splinter the church. I just don't want to deal with that. Maybe I just don't want to deal with Lupinda.
Okay. All right.
Or whatever I said her name was.
Sure.
Laponda.
Laponda.
Okay.
Honda, Lupinda.
Yeah. Just listen. She has many exciting titles.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna write down the High Polisher.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not actively trying to develop a following, but do people? I feel like somebody has heard of your escapades, right? Machnar is a big deal. Mm-hmm. Is there a threat of a cult developing, or have you like actively gone out of your way to say like, stop it, don't follow me?
I feel like if I inspire someone, I'll be like, hey, I mean, you could do what I do. You don't have to follow me to do it. You could go out and just try to be your own best person and translate Mochnar's ways.
I find when religious demagogues tell you to think for yourself, the first thing you do is like, yes, oh Lord, I will think for myself. Thank you. What should I do next? Okay, so but you're trying, right? Okay, all right. So, all right. So trying to dissuade that from happening. Because you're not, I assume you're not interested?
Not particularly. I didn't become a priestess of Mochnar for fame or fortune.
Why did you?
Because I got healed from a terrible illness when I was young, and I wanted to heal others.
Right. What a nice person.
I am a nice person. I'm genuinely a chill person.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Genuinely a chill person.
It's a role-playing game, so I can
yeah.
not
So
be
later,
myself.
when you're in the middle of a crisis, we'll see. Okay, so you're just out trying to make a difference in the world, but you're like an older lady, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
in your middle age. So why now? Why not do this earlier? Like what was the shifting point?
Got sick of the polishing.
Right. So you just got
I was like,
sick of it.
I'm 47 years old, and if I polish one more chalice, I'm going to scream.
Yeah, that
F
makes sense.
this.
Now, did you abandon your family, or did you
I
you
didn't have a
one?
family.
Okay.
I had lived in the Mochnar Abbey, and I was like,
I think I've seen that show.
peace.
Okay.
I'm out.
You just got sick of it, and we're like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I guess the only other real questions I have for you are like more generally about humans, but are humans like spread out throughout the world, or are they concentrated in one place, or what?
I feel like we're concentrated in one place because all of these different races. So like there's the land of the what are you?
Halfling.
There's the land of the halflings.
There's the land of whatever
the
you are.
half orcs. Presumably your character has a land, but I've never heard of it.
Okay.
You know, that kind of thing.
So the world is pretty like divided. There's not a lot of like cosmopolitan like crossover.
I feel like perhaps near border cities and stuff like that. There's cosmopolitan crossover.
Is that true, or do we just not let humans like come and play? Do they live in like a human reserve?
No, I think it's more like the usual human thing where they're fucking everywhere. You know what I mean? Like they're just like rats.
Yeah.
And they're just
So
like,
this is an effort to keep them like from spreading too much.
No, I think they're just like they're just everywhere. Like you know what I mean?
There might be
you'll
like
see them everywhere.
one in a group of 20 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
but there's a human country that they presumably all came from.
Probably.
Yeah. But
Probably.
they're more aggressive. I feel like the half orcs aren't very like they don't spread out a lot. Like it's all very concentrated. But humans are the one race that will.
Right. Well,
kinda-
and part of that it sounds like it's Mochnar's mission, right?
Yeah.
To go and absorb everything into its great oneness.
Can we create one massive city that's a gathering point for all the people to meet in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So is this like a Berlin situation or like an interzone situation where it's like different districts of this place, or is it set apart and doesn't really belong to anybody?
I feel like this is a
It's like a
Switzerland
neutral city.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
Like it's a city-state.
Yeah, I mean the thing with Switzerland is that like the Swiss built it and they own it, right? Like is this?
But you know
Is this
how
something
like
set apart
they're
that-
just sort of in the middle of everything.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I like the idea of like somebody built a city where everyone can show up and they can all kind of like trade culture. Like you know what I mean? Like
what
they
if,
could just
what
like,
if we invent a group of people called the Ancients who are no longer present? The
gonna
Ancients
say-
built this city, and we hold it as a neutral ground where everyone can meet.
It's where all the best concerts are.
Okay,
Nice.
so someone created
okay.
this city supposedly where everybody can come and hang out.
So there are no Swiss who own it.
Yeah.
Because they died.
Or
were killed.
Or left.
Or-
Or ascended to heaven.
you know,
or
built a
whatever.
spaceship and left. So like,
Yeah, no one knows what happens to those guys.
Okay.
And those who know dare not speak it. I don't know.
Okay.
And I believe.
I think everybody has their own ideas.
Yeah.
About, like,
Mochnar might
what-
have eaten them.
Right. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
we say
Obviously,
Mochnar invited them to join them. Mochnar is like
Right.
non-gendered, multitudinous.
Become one with Mach. Is that the ultimate goal for people, like for the human race, for all people
Yeah,
to
yeah.
become one with Machnar?
I think if you're a very
to
good
have their
person,
mighty bulk roll over you and become one
Yeah,
with their
I-
spherical
I-
glory.
I think it's very uneven actually. There's like blobs sticking out all over the place.
As Machnar rolls through the multiverse. collecting.
and now I'm just making the Katamari.
Exactly.
Pushing this.
There's a little saint that pushes Machnar around.
The high polisher.
I think that Machnar believes that if you are good and you are, and you follow the teachings of Machnar, obviously, when you die, your soul goes up and joins Machnar in glorious communion with all of your friends
you
and
think that's
family
true?
and Machnar. I do.
Yeah? So
I do.
you're, like, if you die, you're okay joining with Machnar's fastidious mass?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Because I think probably the church might have gotten a little bit away from the true teachings of Machnar. So, like I said, light heresy.
Are
a
all the
light heresy.
polishers practicing to ascend and then polish the enormous sphere that Machnar
Yeah,
is
because
collecting?
like the making things neat and tidy is to appease Machnar and to like help it out and to like do your part to contribute, right? Keep this chaotic ball of energy
Right,
rolling.
which because it's a religion is also caused by Machnar. All things that are good and bad, like there's the tail end where all the garbage is, and you're picking that up and running it out to the front so Machnar can roll over it again.
Nice.
Perfect, good. All metaphorically, of course.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, we know some things about Spozenda. Let's get to know our druid a little bit. What is your name?
Tumble,
Okay,
a
good.
halfling druid. She's
Okay.
got just messy, unkempt hair, wild eyes, and wearing over some hide armor a rough spun sack. Just filthy dirty.
Right. Okay.
Little squinty mole eyes.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Filthy halfling.
Yeah.
Mole eyes. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. All right. Are you representative of most halflings? Like, are most halflings like small, filthy mole people? Are they all chuds? Or
All of the ones that I know of, because I came from a community out in the woods
okay.
of halflings, large family.
In the woods or below the woods?
My family lives in the woods, but everyone tends to like just build burrows. So
Right,
it's
okay.
a burrowing community.
Nice, burrowing halflings. I like it. So tell us a little bit more about like what halflings are like. So is this again like normal? Like, do you have like little like do halflings have like digging claws and like fur and like what do they look like?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
naturally equipped to dig.
Okay, so halflings are and this is true wherever you find
Yeah.
them. They're like a burrowing people. Okay, all right. Okay, cool. So you're from the woods. Your family, do they still live out there?
Yep.
Okay, so why did you leave?
To gain new experiences. I'm kind of like hit an adulthood age. It's customary to like go out and explore the world and stuff. It's very connected to like their philosophy about the shape-shifting and the spirits, where like
Okay.
getting a new perspective is highly valuable.
So you're just like out in the world trying to like figure stuff out, have experiences.
Yep.
Is there a way that are you searching for something in particular that you will do and that will drive you to return home? Like, or is it just like a go out and like you'll know when it's time?
Yeah, I think you'll know. Could join another halfling community. Could find a mate.
Oh,
bring
so
them
it's not
home.
necessarily about coming back. It's just like you are grown enough to go out into the world and find your place in it, and
Yep.
it might be here, it might not be.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
I like how this is just like a real messed up gated community that you're coming from.
Yeah, I was thinking that they're like mole Amish, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Both true.
Yeah. Okay.
Mole
So
Amish.
Yeah,
That's
so-
a good phrase.
so this is a normal.
You're
it's a
on
normal thing.
Rumspringa.
Yeah, I'm on Rumspringa.
Yeah. And you, but yeah. So you might return home. But so do most halflings go back to the place they came from, or do most not? Like in your village, would you say that most people that are there are the children of children of children who have always lived there, or do you have this kind of generational shift where people find other halflings find your village and are like, oh, this fits better than the one I grew up in?
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel like maybe the communities shift over time, like they just kind of naturally move. But I was thinking maybe like 3 generations in a community.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So they're protean, but not like completely sporadic.
Yeah, they're not like, this is our traditional land, we've always lived here, or something
Is
like
that- now,
They're
is that-
just like, this
yeah,
is
and
like nobody's land, we're living here right now.
Do they believe that is true for the whole world? That like it's just like everybody's like a vagabond, or is that just how halflings treat their own society?
Yeah, everyone's a vagabond.
Right. So how do things like cities and churches and like permanent occupation of places feel for
Doesn't
halflings?
make any sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever, have halflings ever tried to do anything about that?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
They're usually pretty happy to just sit in the ground and eat worms.
Sure. Aren't we all? So what have, I guess, so in this case, like because you haven't, like halflings don't go out and like try to get other people to stop doing what they're doing, and obviously the religion of Machnar is all about like absorption. Have the halflings mostly been on like the losing end of conflicts, or
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably a little
okay.
more like pacifistic, or not even like, just not even comprehending why you would be attacked
Why would you
So they
fight
do-
for
over
being on
land?
some
Do
property.
they just move on?
Yeah, I think so.
Like,
Okay.
don't even care about world affairs. They've got their village and they've got their worms and
It's like,
Right. Okay. So what are your people doing about the fact that you're running out of room? Like there's less and less places to run because there's more and more of these like other like cities and like lands and nations and stuff. Like you're running out of places to go. What's the plan? What are the halflings going to do about it?
burrow down.
yeah,
Well,
I think
I mean,
dig
is that
deeper
the thing?
might be that
Okay.
might work.
Okay. So maybe they're starting to become subterranean.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So that's the plan then. Okay. So the halflings have decided, like, okay, we need to go underground.
Yeah.
Embrace your inner mole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what part in that do you play? Like, do you believe in that? Do you think that that's
In
like
the
a good
digging
plan?
down?
Yeah. In the like, let's call it that, the digging down, like the great subterranean
Yeah, yeah.
diaspora. Like, is that something you're behind, or do you have other thoughts about that?
I don't know if there's any reason we can't live in the cities with other people.
Okay. So you're a little bit more cosmopolitan than
Yeah, a
your-
little bit. I understand that
Chet
money
siblings.
is a thing that exists, and you can buy or rent houses and then live in the basement if you like. There's a lot of basement suites.
Sure.
People are not using their space or utilizing
There's so many crawl spaces just
so
there.
many crawl spaces.
Okay, all right. So you're kind of cosmopolitan for a halfling. Okay. Where did you learn your druid stuff from?
Just the village.
And is this passed on like as a tradition from other halflings, or are you like chosen by the spirits? Is everybody kind of like druid-y?
Everybody's druidy.
Oh, okay. All right. That's interesting. So, like, most of the halflings then have that, like, animal nature because their form, like the land they inhabit, is kind of fluid, right? Where you're like, such hippies, like, I could live anywhere. I could be anything. Today I'm going to be a bird.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yo.
Interesting. All right. So what is a way that the outside world is taking advantage of your people?
Probably just access to resources and information about like what's available in the land.
Oh, because they're just like friendly and they're just like, there's
Yeah.
a gold mine over there.
Yeah, we found these shiny rocks. Would you like one?
Okay, all right. So they're being taken advantage of because of their naivete.
Yeah, I think they would be naturally exploited by capitalism.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So, but you're different though. You recognize this happening. Like you're more aware than they are.
Yeah, probably.
Because you got this like cosmopolitan thing going.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, we need to incorporate in the rest of the world rather than just be like, there's always going to be more land, because there won't be.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. All right. So maybe you're out in the world trying to like find an answer to this,
Yeah.
this resource problem. Interesting. Okay. Cool. So we know about some stuff that's threatening you. We know about your sort of druidic nature. What is something that you have taken with you from your village that like reminds you of home? What is something? Is it a memory? Is it a thing? Like, what is something that you carry with you? that
I
reminds you?
wrote to my tokens like a little leather pouch of dirt
Nice. Dirt bag.
just from home. Gotta get that smell of home every once in a while.
Cool. Okay, so you carry that around as your little totem, and for the sake of the game's mechanics, what land did you choose?
I chose the depths of the earth.
Depths of the earth. Okay, cool. Yep. And what is your tell?
It was the mole eyes.
You got little mole eyes.
Well,
Cool.
mole eyes.
Excellent. So if you turn it to any creature from the depths of the earth, it'll have those little like squinty mole eyes. I like it. Cool.
Just trying to picture a bear with mole eyes now.
Yeah. A snake, a snail, whatever. Just
Earthworm,
anything.
you know.
A worm with
An
little
eagle.
mole eyes. An eagle, yeah. Just tiny little Steve Buscemi eyes. Squinty little folds. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Cool. I didn't catch what are your pronouns, Tumble?
She, her.
She, her. Okay, cool. Yeah, I caught Spazenda's, but I didn't hear yours. Okay, let's talk about orcs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
tell us about your character here.
Okay, my character's name is Ugle. It's Ugle. He is a very large half-orc. Kind of think like, not Hulk size, but big.
Big.
Right?
Big boy.
It's like when he holds a dagger, it's like it looks way too small in his hand.
It looks like a kitchen knife.
Yeah,
or
it
like
looks
a
like a
butter knife
kitchen
or
knife.
something.
Yeah.
Like
And
Amadeus
like
Cho
that's,
Hulk.
and he's like maybe a little bit of an anomaly, like as far as half-orcs go, because like now that we're getting more info on the races,
Right.
I picture half-orcs not like a warlike, the usual kind of like, they're more like an industrious,
Well,
like
let's
hardworking.
talk about
like,
the whole like half orc thing.
Yeah.
Like, does this mean that you have one orcish parent and one human parent, or is half orc just like a name that might have meant that at one point, but now you're your own species? Like, what's
I like the idea that I have an orc dad, but like a human female mother.
okay? Orc dad, human mom.
But
okay.
like orcs aren't warlike at all.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Okay.
not like a tribe. They live in cities. They just try not to ruffle any feathers. Kind of like they work hard. They're known for like being industrious and like working just regular. Like my dad's an accountant.
Nice.
You know. Like,
Yeah. No, I really like that idea. So like maybe there's like some idea that they might be like descended from these like city building ancients.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe that's something that they kind of like some people kind of think. Maybe the orcs don't because they're just like, it's all hogwash anyway. Like, right? Like this is
Right.
the reality. This isn't like fairy tale, right? It's like not everybody is like a descendant from, from some higher being where maybe we just showed up. We
isn't
crawled
some
out of the
kind of-
lake like everyone else. Like,
Some kind of fantasy role playing.
I know, but I just
I know, I like it.
I like
It's
the
good.
idea of
Yeah,
like
okay.
them thinking like we're not better than anyone else. We just want to work. We want to keep our heads down. And,
So where did they learn that like relatively like enlightened perspective? Do they have like a philosophy that they follow? Is this earned through thousands of years of cultural evolution?
I think it's just cultural evolution. Like they didn't really, much like humans, kind of like I think I think of them as the same kind of through line as like just humans, the way humans evolved. Like we warred a little
I
bit.
thought you said they weren't warlike. You're like, yeah, we're not a warlike people, but the orc countries have nuclear
Yeah.
weapons. It's on my character
We don't
sheet.
want to talk about it, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wrote neutron bomb down here. I have 6 of them.
Yeah.
I rolled for it.
Is neutron bomb poison? Can I have that as a poison? Yeah. But I mean, like, just no. I guess like they fought in wars, right? Like they're not like completely passive or anything. It's just the nature of history. But now, as time has gone, and especially in this time right now, like they're definitely not like we don't really want to fight. We just kind of want to work, do our thing.
Okay.
Have a wife or husband or whoever. And,
But
like,
you're only
ex-kids.
half an orc. I'm
sorry.
Yes, I'm a half an orc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that like culturally like pretty normal that because of their kind of chill nature, the
Yeah.
orcs are starting to like interbreed with the other species?
Yeah.
And
I think
okay,
that's
so
fine, like-
so you're a half human, half orc.
Yes.
Are there other like halfling, half orcs, or like
I don't see why not.
okay,
You know,
all right.
well, it could be a halfling, half orc.
Okay, so orcs.
Halfling, half orc.
You're a quarterling, with
Quarterling.
3/4 of orc, for like a pinch of. Okay, all right. So this is a biological thing that orcs can interbreed with anybody.
Yeah.
Is that not true of the other species?
No, I think anybody can bang anybody, really.
Well, I'm not asking you if anybody can bang anybody. We're talking about making babies.
No.
Like clearly,
yeah.
the other thing is true.
Yeah.
Especially humans. They'll have sex with anything.
I think I don't know, actually.
Like, is it a special orc thing?
Like, the fact that orcs can just breed with anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're just this weird anomaly. It's like,
Okay.
well, why can orcs do it? I'm like, I don't know.
So is that why there's not like a predominant orcish culture in the world? Like, are they just starting to become
Bleed
part of
in.
all other cultures?
Yeah, because I think like orcs are still like physically, their physical attributes are a lot more prominent than other people. Like just naturally stronger. So like a lot of races are like, oh, we want to breed like that into the family or whatever. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like they're used as like a a family cat. I was like, I want my kids to be big and strong. Give me an orc.
I like how the orcs are becoming like Nietzsche and Superman.
Yeah.
At this point, where you're just like, they're perfect, and everyone just wants a piece of
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, they're just like, we want to inject a little bit of orc blood into the family line, like make our kids stronger, make them last a little bit longer. And some people use this like to nefarious means, right? Like there's a bunch of evil people in the world, so like, I want orc soldiers, make like I want to breed them.
Yeah.
But the orcs don't necessarily agree with that. But I mean, I guess we can't. Okay. Yeah, they're kind of like they don't really like confrontation. They're just kind of like, I guess, yeah.
Well, yeah, and I mean they seem to have this kind of thing where they're just like, yeah, we will become one with all of the other species because that's just what happens. Like that's the natural flow of things. They seem pretty chill.
But not Oogle. Oogle's lazy as shit.
Yeah, I was about to say, so
Oogle
now
is
that we've
just like, yeah.
So your dad is this like
accountant.
perfect specimen of accounting.
Yeah.
And then there's you.
Mom's a social worker.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And Oogle's kind of like, okay, what if Fred Durst was a half-orc? Like he kind of dresses that equivalent. What's the fancy
the ball cap
What's
too?
the equivalent of like dressing like Fred Durst?
You were the Fred Durst of half orcs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like super lazy, just doesn't, you know.
Yep.
He's like a chav, like in
You
England.
bass,
Yeah.
You play bass guitar in a new metal band.
Yeah.
Even though it's 2019. Okay. Yeah. Puka shell necklace.
Yeah. And like he has like a Zac Efron kind of haircut, you know.
Have you busked in the summer badly to earn money?
Well, he thought about it, but never went through with it because it's too much work. Like, you know what I mean?
So
Like, it's something he always talks about. He's like, oh yeah, one day I'll make it big, playing music. And be like, do you play any instruments? He's like, no.
Are you still living at home?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say like his relationship with his parents isn't straight. They love him and they know he's a thief. They know he steals things.
Yeah.
But they just know like, oh, it's just a phase. Like,
Well,
oh, he's
the
just our
thing-
son. Like,
the thing is that they have to have faith that your like orcish perfection will shine through.
Yeah.
And also, I get the impression that there's probably a lot of like you went to a Montessori school. There's a lot of like, oh, let Oogle become whatever Oogle will be, right? Like if your passion
they're
is
too nurturing. Like they pushed him so far that he's just like, I get to be as lazy as I want. I get to do whatever I want.
Right,
Like, yeah.
okay.
And he takes advantage of that, right? Like he uses
course.
that to his advantage. He's like, come on, Mom, I'm just exploring my options. Like, you know what I mean? But he's not. He's
How
not.
old are you?
Like 19.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All
I
right.
think like
35? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's even funnier. Yeah, like 38. Yeah, like 38. Like I'm just exploring.
So like
my-
okay, like yeah, 30 modern culturally, like what we think of as 38. So like past the point where you should be relying on your parents, but you may also be of a different age because I imagine that orcs, I mean humans, I assume age the same amount, but orcs probably don't because they're so great. But okay,
Yeah.
all right.
But he goes
so
home for like Thanksgiving and stuff because
So
it's a free meal.
like you're starting to run out of your parents' patience, right? Like they have. So there's somebody who is pressuring your parents to like get you to go and like they're like Oogle needs to get their shit together.
Yeah.
Who is that person?
Do you have a cool uncle or something?
I mean, it's the opposite, right? It would be a
No.
person like you probably don't like them very much because
I
they're
don't like them at all because they're trying to get me to like
Oh.
do my thing, and all I want to do is live this rock star lifestyle, but not put any
How
work into it.
about whoever they are? They are a disciple of Machnar. They're like a big Machnarite, and they're like,
My sister.
okay,
Yeah.
My sister is a Machnerite.
okay,
high achieving polisher.
she's
Right, yeah,
she's like
okay.
very successful in Machnarism.
okay, all right. So
Amazing.
kick Oogle out. Like Machnar will find a way to make you fit into the great puzzle.
Yeah.
There is a hole somewhere out there, an Oogle-shaped hole that we just need to fit yourself into it.
Yeah.
Okay. What's her name? You did such a good job with Oogle.
It's Summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, all right.
Summer, yeah.
Summer, good. All right, so Summer is trying to get you to like go out, and she's working at you through Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about your thieving career, because you were a thief. You steal things.
Yeah. I still
How did that happen? What was the first thing you ever stole?
The first thing I ever stole was a pair of runners, or the runner equivalent, whatever, a pair of like,
They can
you
just
know, like
straight
a
up-
Reebok pumps. You know what I mean? Like, what is the fantasy equivalent?
Some expensive boots.
Some expensive boots. Yeah.
Okay, why?
Because he wanted them. and he
And you
didn't want to
couldn't
work
have
for
them-
him,
you
and he
couldn't
couldn't
have
have
them
them. Yeah,
otherwise?
I couldn't
Okay.
have them otherwise. Like he was.
And
just
you got
gonna-
away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How'd that feel?
Actually, no.
Or did you get busted
He
for
did.
it?
He definitely got busted. There's
Okay.
actually not a single crime that Oogle has ever gotten away with.
Oh, perfect. Good.
Yeah. He is the
Right.
world's worst thief.
So how did you not get sent to whatever passes for orc?
Because my dad's like
Jail.
a member of like the town committee, like you know what I mean, like
Oh,
wherever the
okay.
town we live in, like he's on the school board, like kind of thing, like you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah,
So he's
yeah.
always bailing me out of like, oh, it's just my son being
Right, and of
you
course
know.
that upset Summer
Yeah.
because she was like, no,
'Cause she-
punishment is part of
Yeah,
Buckner's
and
plan.
Summer's the older sister, right?
Yeah.
So I definitely she had it way harder than I did. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you tried to steal these shoes, and then so you have some friends that are also thieves.
Yeah.
They're better at it than you, but sometimes you like steal stuff with them.
Yeah.
Give me a name for one of your
Vance.
fellows. Vance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vance is a human thief, and
Okay.
he's like really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Why do you think Vance like hangs out with you?
because I make him look good.
So you're aware of that.
Yeah, I'm
You're
aware. I'm
okay.
100% aware of that. But I'm
Sure.
like, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm like, I guess. Like, I mean, like, it just gets me into higher social circles, and I know I'm a piece of shit.
So
like, I
you're
know
kind
I
of-
suck. Like,
You're
it's just like,
you're kind of Vance's buffoon,
Yeah.
and you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
yeah.
That's all right. Okay. So that's fine. So you travel or you like hang out with Vance when you're in town.
Yes.
Vance is working on this big plan to steal something important, something big.
Yep.
Like this is a like if you do this, you'll finally have everyone's respect, and I'll stop making fun of you at
Yeah.
thief parties.
Yeah.
What is this thing that Vance has tasked you to steal?
There's a candelabra at one of the churches of Lochnar.
Okay.
That's jewel encrusted, blah 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 blah.
Highly polished.
Highly polished. Yeah. High like religious significance, kind of like like in a glass case. Don't
Okay.
touch it ever.
I need the name of a saint of Machnar.
Saint. I'm actually bad at coming up with names off the top of my
You
head.
could just pick
Brasso.
Brasso?
Sure.
Saint Brasso.
Okay, so the candelabra of Saint Brasso.
Yeah.
Now the candelabra itself isn't a relic that is like in a church somewhere. I think it's like missing, right? And it's like you need to get it and bring it back to Vance.
It's like one of those it was lost like during a crusade
Yeah,
or something.
right,
You know what I mean? It's like in
exactly.
a tomb somewhere. Like
Okay. So find this candelabra and bring it back to Vance, and then Vance will finally treat you like an equal.
He'll get me into like the VIP parties. And
Yeah, because I think Vance belongs to like the
And it's
Thieves
like-
Guild, and you.
I
Have
do not.
Yeah,
No,
you're just.
I failed
Vance's-
every test.
You've been his +1 to like some like low tier events before, but like you're not getting your own membership card until you get that candelabra, and then he'll sponsor you.
And Oogle is like super bad at being a thief, but he knows it's the easy way out.
Yeah.
Stealing from people is easier than working just an honest day's work. And it's just like, if I can just get that one good job, I'll be set for life. And that's what he keeps telling himself. It's like, yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, so now we have what normal is. Let's talk about the barbarian.
All right, I've got the idea here. Fish people.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. So the way to keep completely removed from this, like 1,000 years ago, so we're creating ancient lore. The fish people did some crime and were banished down into the sea, and were
The
never,
only place lower than the caves where the halflings live.
or the sea.
Yeah, right, is the sea.
And there is an internal lore that we can't leave until this time has gone by, which is why we've never gone to make contact.
So there's like a border guard. The Coast Guard literally exists to keep the fish people from coming up. No, get back down there. No, get back.
They're self-policing.
Oh, so it's shame.
It's taught inside that we were so defeated we can't go back up, and normal people can't
Right.
come down to see us. So
because they shouldn't.
Yeah,
okay.
and it happened for so long that we're told, no, you can't ever go back to the surface. This is our shame for our
right.
crime.
Yeah, your crimes. Sure.
Yeah,
Sure. Okay.
but-
so first of all, what is the name of this fish?
I've been
person
playing a
barbarian?
lot of Grifflands. It's fish, but FSSH.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Sure. So is the word fish what we use to describe the kind of like fish we eat and like that? Is that
Yeah, do do we catch fish people? Like if we're
No.
loading and-
There's normal fish. There's normal
Okay.
fish and
It's
whales,
there- it
and
is called
squids
the
and
same
other
thing.
stuff.
Okay.
But
All right.
there's a fish. There's fish people down here, and this one's name is Fish.
Fish. Got it. Okay.
Not confusing at all.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And so I'm assuming that Fish, as a barbarian,
like this. I just picture him crawling out of the primordial soup of the sea, like, like the Conan the Barbarian, but
Yeah.
a fish
Right.
man. You know?
looking for fame and glory and mortal pleasures. They're just like, no, this is dumb. I'm going up, and you can't stop me.
You are a one fish invasion.
Yeah.
Who's coming with me?
Not even to conquer, just for fame and glory, to be a warrior, to test yourselves
You don't
against these people who beat us so badly we locked ourselves in the sea for
So would
thousands of years.
you say you don't have a specific purpose? You're just doing it for the halibut, or?
Wow! You all right? You almost spit a little?
Almost. Holy shit. I wasn't ready for that one.
Can you breathe air?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Or do you have to wear a helmet, like a bubble
No, I
helmet?
can
Okay.
breathe air. We have gills. Long ago, the people walked above and everything was fine there. Yeah.
Okay.
My little
So
fish.
you're Water World and not Mysterio.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
can breathe. You can breathe above the great sea.
God, if I was Mysterio, no.
Okay, and you've come here because you are like a rarity among your people, and that you were able to shed the deep-seated shame of the fish people.
Yeah, and like indoctrination that we're not worthy to go up above. And I'm like, no, I will show the glory of the fish people. I will let the world know that we are here
Right.
and great.
Okay. Good. Good. We're here. We're great. Get used to it.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So here to show the world that it's the time.
Cast
so,
aside the shame.
Now,
or something
is
like that.
your so it sounds like your goal is to prove to the Drylanders that your people are worth something. So you think of yourself as being the vanguard, and you want to change what people think of all fish people.
Yeah.
Or so it is that it's not just like, look at me, I'm a special fish person.
Well, I'm pretty special, but the thing is, I need to gather enough glory that when I go back to the fish people, I can be like, look at me. And I've brought enough glory that they can set aside their shame
So
and come up from out of the sea.
Do you want your people to receive you as their like new messiah and emperor? Like
It's not a religious thing. I'm pretty sure the fish people worship the great whale.
Okay. Did they always? Because I feel like they didn't. Because they were cast into the sea.
Yeah.
Is this like a shame religion
This
that
is
goes along
something
with
that
all of
may
their
have
other
just
sad?
come about. You hear
Okay.
weird noises in the sea. You're like, no, that's just the great whale passing by, opening up their great fan, collecting the sea of the universe.
Right, but you're
or
not
the krill of the universe.
Yeah. Okay. So, but you don't believe in the great whale.
The great whale's pretty important. I don't not believe in the great whale, but
Okay.
you know.
no one up here knows about this whale.
no, and of course
anyway,
not. But
so-
all fish people are born worshiping the great whale, and it would be
Right.
it would be fearful to forget about it.
Is this one of the things where the rest of us don't even know that the fish people exist? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like
was
we
wondering- I was
sent them
wondering, like,
away
maybe
and
we
then
forgot about them.
yeah, we're
Do
like,
we just maybe think you have a rash of some
Well, this is the thing is that they're self-policing, so
Yeah.
it's not like anyone has to try to keep them down there.
Yeah.
They just do it themselves. And so yeah, I think I like the idea that it's not so much that no one thinks that the fish people are allowed above out of the water. They just don't remember you exist.
Oh yeah, they totally forgot about us.
Okay,
There might
good.
be some weird old historical things about and the people on the coast traded with the fish people
Right.
until the Great War or whatever, or the shame moment happened.
Great shame. Okay.
Yeah,
the great shame.
shame.
The great
yeah.
shame.
Yeah, what did you do? What was this terrible thing that the fish
So it'd be
people
interesting
did?
to say that there was a war and we were defeated, but there should be
It
something.
has to be something like really like a betrayal or like again this is the narrative the fish people tell themselves.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like it's not even you were banished by like a king; it was like a lesser duke. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm wondering if they were even banished at all. Like I feel like they did it.
It's just a
and then they
misunderstanding.
just felt so bad that they were like, "We're just gonna go into the sea forever."
Yeah, and then a game
You
of
know,
telephone
like,
happens.
and they walk and slowly go down
Slowly into the ocean
We're
until they're
just
gone
gonna
forever.
just go into the sea forever. Like, I mean, I feel like this is a very relatable feeling. Everyone
Yeah,
has said something
yeah.
at a party and been like, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm just gonna go live in the sea forever. So never mind. I'm deleting my Facebook. I'm out.
Yeah, it's like some social faux pas in front of a king
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
That's it.
Like you had an audience and then they spilled
Yeah,
something
Okay. So
or made him
some-
eat a weird
Oh,
urchin or something.
they're like, eat this delicacy, and then the person they really liked was like allergic to shellfish, and they had it like, some type of allergic reaction.
So maybe, and I think the thing to tie this into is the bigger cultural edifice of like Machnar, right? Like maybe it was in the early days you violated some taboo of Machnar. And they were still working out their religion, and like it wasn't a big deal. But you were like, "Oh God, we've offended you so much."
Oh, they said, "Get out of here," and we're like, "That must mean the sea."
It's a divine, divine command.
No, the Machnarites are like, "Oh no, it's okay. We're still kind of figuring things out." And they're like, "I have to leave."
They're sorry, we live in the sea now.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So how do you fish? How do you plan to like? What's your personal relationship with that? Like when you see people of the Machnarian faith, what do you like? How do you respond to that? Are you sensitive to that, or are you so separate from that you don't see them as the
I think
same
it has to be
anymore?
pretty try hard. I think every time there's a person in Machnar around, I have to be even more on just to wipe away that former shame.
So it might be that the Machnarite that you have attached yourself to impress.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And she's just like,
Yeah, like I'm not really like a mainline Machnar. Listen, I've got some different beliefs about it. They don't have anything to do with shellfish. Okay. What's your look? What do you look like?
So green.
How fishy are you? Are we talking
So
like
I don't look
Innsmouth
no.
or
Like I look like
Sahuagin?
I look like a greeny humanoid. I've got like long, probably bluish hair, but I'm wearing weird stuff. I'm wearing like fish scales and bones. And I see I have a helmet there, so I've got the head of like a sea dragon as my helmet. And I'm covered in like shells and bones and crustaceans. And I'm not wearing armor, but I look like I'm wearing sort of like rags made out of shells and scales, bigger things there.
You weird underwater.
And I probably
clothes.
have very slight webbing between my fingers and toes. But look mostly humanoid,
Okay. All
but
right.
green. Very green.
Cool. Okay. What is something that you like, a taboo of your people, something that they like do or do not do, some behavior that even though you are like rejecting this whole shame thing, you can't help but continue? Like, what is this thing that is so like woven into your personality?
The biggest shame was don't leave the sea. So I've already
broken that. That is the ultimate taboo.
I've broken the ultimate taboo.
Like fish shall never kill fish, or
yeah, I was gonna be like, they don't eat fish. It would be interesting.
But then they'd all starve, or they'd have to eat kelp, or whatever.
They
Like,
could have a vegetarian diet of just like that and insects down there. What's the biggest taboo of the fish people? You can help me brainstorm here.
yeah, I mean, this is like open to interpretation, like other people can think of it. But like, what would be something that you continue, some observance that you follow?
Oh, we could talk about like the Great Conch.
touching hands is a no-no. Like, you're just not allowed to ever touch anybody else's hands.
Ooh.
Like, fish people don't shake hands, don't do anything like that. Like, it's very weird, and it's like hands are kind of like your
touching taboo.
There could be a no touching taboo because we spawn like fish. We lay eggs and then just do your thing.
There's not really, fish don't cuddle. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No.
like
Even
the
cuttlefish, that's a lie. All right, no touching at all.
I like the idea of like it's like considered socially unacceptable. Like being touching people, being seen. If they do it, maybe it's a private thing.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, good. Well, you're suitably weird. Congratulations.
Yeah, the great
on
whale
being a
teaches that
barbarian.
none shall touch.
Yeah.
The ocean's real spread out, so should you be.
There's so much.
Yeah, none shall touch, but there's nothing about touching nuns.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out as we go. So you should have enough information now to fill out your bonds.
All right.
With everybody's name. So
Do we announce these or are these private?
So fill them in first, then I'll go around and we'll interrogate them. So we have Spazenda the cleric, Tumble the druid, Oogle the thief, and Fish. So fill those out. You can fill out multiples with the same name if you want. This part is explicitly meant to be done without like asking the other players about it, because then it'll be a fun surprise when we read them, and then I'll ask about how you have that bond and how that happened. Cool. I will let you do that.
Kathleen, is it Sponsenda?
It's Spozenda.
Spozenda?
Oh, I was
SP.
reading up the.
Yeah.
O-Z-E-N-D-A.
Yeah.
Spozenda.
Who would
yeah,
I do
Whipple
this
says
with in
correct.
this party?
Yeah, right.
Who would I?
So for while you're doing your homework, so the way that bonds will work during the game, when we get to the part at the end, because we'll do like the end of session thing. And when we get to the end of the session, I'll ask everybody about their bonds, if they've like resolved them, or if we sort of completed a bond. And if they do, they'll get experience. And then in campaign play, you would write new bonds based on what happened in the session. So they're meant to be temporary, and you work on them kind of one at a time. And you can also like create, they start off set to give the characters all the same kind of base to operate from. And then as you erase them, as you evolve your bonds, you'll get to write in new ones based on like the specific interactions of the characters. So it's a way to track not just like history preceding the campaign, but also a way to like track how you've evolved your relationship with that character.
Cool.
Do we have bonds?
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Spazenda, I'll get you to read yours one at a time, and we'll talk a little bit about them.
All right. Oogle has insulted my deity, and I do not trust them because Oogle is a little shit.
Yeah.
So
An old shit.
So Google, did you intentionally say something shitty about Machnar, or was this by accident? You've done something to offend.
I think he knows how Machnar works because his sister is a priest, so he did something intentionally.
yeah.
To kind of like
Jab at
yeah,
you. Okay,
jab
so
at
there's
you.
some
Like
tension
he
there.
felt like
Stand-in older sister.
Yeah,
Like, trying
yeah.
to get some revenge.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Little twerp.
Okay. Good.
Tumble is a good and faithful person. I trust them implicitly.
That's nice. That's good. Is that true? Like.
Oh yeah.
I feel like, yes, there's one way to interpret that. That's like Tumble is a sucker who'll do whatever anybody says, ergo trust implicitly. But it's not that? It's like
No,
you
it-
actually, like you see the good.
Yeah, I feel like, Tumble is like, I don't know if she's a Machnerite. I don't think she is.
No.
I should
But
say not, yes.
Yeah, but I can tell that she has good in her heart. She's a kind, and I think that she's a kind person. And that for me is like you don't necessarily, faithful, I mean like not in the necessarily
We're not in
religious
like
sense.
capital F, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, good. All right.
Fish is in constant danger. I will keep them safe. One, I am worried about how dry your skin looks.
Ah, yes, the great moisturizer of Machnar. Rub it
All right.
upon your scaly body.
And you just seem
Yeah,
like
right.
such a fish out of water.
Hey!
I have to get these puns out now. And
Still time.
yeah, and I am working on converting fish to my faith because, like, I feel like there's been a large misunderstanding. And if I could tell Fish about what Machnar is really like, or at least what I think Machnar is like,
Eventually,
he can take that back to his
eventually
people.
Machnar's amorphous growth will roll into the sea and consume it as well. So you might as well get on the Machnar train.
Yeah, or just like, hey, you don't need to exile yourself. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, and
Machnar's
so
a very forgiving god.
all right. So Spazenda is working on both protecting you from the world and from yourself, and trying to convert you into the faith. Do you feel like you're in danger, or is this like you're being coddled?
Probably being coddled.
Yeah, you feel like-
as
okay.
as a great and powerful and brave warrior. What is a little danger?
Right. Sure. You're out here for danger. That's
That's what I came here for.
Okay.
Because with danger comes glory.
Good. Okay. Cool. Let's do. Those are your diners, right? You got all of
I'm
them?
done.
Awesome. Okay, so you've got 2 with Fish, and then 1 each for the other 2. Okay.
Hey,
All right, Tumble.
Oogle smells more like prey than a hunter.
Okay.
That seems fair. I don't think there's a lot of debate there.
No.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
think that's
This is like
probably
very
true.
passive. It's not going to be ready for the winter.
Yeah, Oogle. Yeah.
I'm gonna die in the winter. Yeah, that's Oogle, all right.
Good. Okay.
The spirit spoke to me of a great danger that follows Fish.
Ah, great danger, huh? Have the spirits told you anything else about this
Just-
danger?
He's in constant danger.
And it's unspecific. The
Yeah.
spirits are just like danger.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So great. I'm gonna put that down. A great danger.
Uh-oh.
All right. Sure.
And then I have showed Spazenda a secret right of the land.
Ooh, cool. What sort of right? Is this like a tree planting right? Is it a
That's a good idea.
Like,
yeah.
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tree planting. Try to talk to the spirits and be like, "Hey, spirits, help this tree grow."
Yeah, yeah. How
Yeah.
was that? Is that just like silly for you, or was
No,
it?
I feel like it, caring and stewardship for the earth, which is technically part of Machnar, is like a good
All
thing.
right. Yes. Let us take this part of Machnar and put it in this other part of Machnar. And put more Machnar on it.
Machnar would like that.
I actually think it would go well with the next one because Spozenda has tasted my blood and I theirs. We are bound by it.
Oh.
Fuck yeah. And now is that literal? Have you like literally been like...
I think it was part of the tree planting rite. It involved
Right. So
like
someone's like, hey,
a gift of blood.
Hey, do you want to come out here and plant this tree? And you're like, sure. And you go and you plant the tree and they're like, all right, now I have to drink your blood.
Yeah.
Give me your blood. And I'm like, oh, God, all right.
It's a
How
little
is
mole, like.
how is that part?
That was surprising, but I'm an open-minded person.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Yeah. And also, like, if you really think about it, like, you are part of Machnar and so is she. And so it's not really like.
Maybe it's
okay.
just different parts of Machnar.
They don't know about bloodborne diseases.
Yeah.
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 Right. The disease is also Machnar. So
Oh, yeah.
you cannot reject it from your body. It's part of the
no.
divine. Yeah, it'll
Even
reach
bad people join Machnar, but they just go to like the colon or something like that.
Be one with Mochnar's colon.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, the body needs it. So Machnar needs evil.
That's all me.
I like it. Good. Like, this is equivocating religion. Like, everything's fine.
Yeah.
It's all part of stuff. All right, Ugal.
Yeah.
What do you got for bonds?
I stole something from Tumble. But I feel like it didn't matter, and if she ever found out, she'd be like, okay, weird, but...
Well, so yeah, what did, I mean, you don't sound like somebody who has a lot of stuff. What
Yeah.
is something that would have seemed of value, but been low enough hanging fruit that Ugal would have stolen it?
Because I got away with it. Like,
Yeah.
this is the one thing, this is like my one, like...
I did
I
it!
did it! I stole something! I knew I could do it.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm not missing anything that's though, so I didn't notice.
Did you leave change for a tip, and did he take the tip?
Probably.
Okay, so whatever,
'Cause, like,
whatever it was.
the only thing I care about that I have is my dirt pouch, and I
Okay.
think I've got like a whacking stick.
Right. So the thing is that if Ugal ever finds out that you don't care, his self-esteem will be shattered. So
But
like,
first, I'd have to find
you'd
out
have
he
to know.
did it.
So you don't
Yeah.
know that Ugal thinks. Okay, what about the two of you? Do you know about this like perfect crime? Do either of you?
I wouldn't think
No.
so.
I don't think they care, to be honest. Like,
Well, the idea would be that if one of them did know, that would be
Oh.
like a secret that they would have
Oh,
over you
yeah,
to be
yeah.
like, yeah, you know that she doesn't care
I
about
can,
this.
I can imagine that fish saw it and had no idea that it was weird.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, the half orc has taken the halfling's thing.
That's how it works.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right, good. I'm learning their strange customs.
maybe you had like a little pouch of like berries or something. You know what I mean? I just took it from you. I'm like, yeah, I got her magic berry. Like, I think
Oh,
they're
I
magical.
I have a halfling and pipe leaf thing. So I got some pipe weed.
Did you
So
steal
maybe
her
you stole
halfling
some of
pipe?
my-
Yeah, they found me in the back, just like smoking.
You stole the halfling sweet mole weed.
All right.
It's so dank. It's the dankest.
But Ugal's never smoked weed before.
Yeah, no, you
He
just have it.
He just
Makes
has
you feel
it.
tough.
I show it to other thieves. You guys want to party? Like, you know.
I stole this off a halfling. It's
You're
sick.
like, ew.
Good. Okay, cool. Perfect. I like that.
So, Fish has my back when things go wrong.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
I would say, is that
Oh,
true?
yeah.
But I think it's because Fish believes everything I say.
Well, so yeah, part of the thing about the barbarian is there is this, and you picked up on it. There is this definitely this like Thor from the first Thor movie element where you're like, whatever is happening is normal, and
Yeah.
that's how things work.
Yeah.
So you could easily have bamboozled Fish into being your scaly
Well, I
protector.
see how strong he is, and I know that I'm like, well, he might be able to do something that I will never want to do. You know what I mean?
Can I share a bond I have right now?
Well, are
Well,
you?
I
You
got a
one
couple
more.
more.
Okay,
then
because
we'll-
I have
yeah,
one that
then we'll get
responds
yours.
to that.
Yeah.
I got two more.
Okay.
Spozenda knows incriminating details about me, because I figure she's talked to my sister.
Yeah, you know the plan for Ugal here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
I implicitly don't trust you.
I think maybe you know, because I think we're gonna work in the whole like Candelabra of Saint Brasso thing, and I think that you want to get it too, because obviously it's a holy relic, and I think you know that it needs to stay out of Vance's hands, right? You know that that's why Ugal's off after it, and you got to make sure that doesn't happen.
That's rude.
Because Vance is actually good at his job.
Yeah, and Vance would be pissed if that happened. If the Candelabra, if you got it and then your nun friend took it,
Yeah.
oh, he'd be bummed, man.
He'd be bummed. Yeah,
Yeah.
He'd be disappointed. And we can't
You'd
have
get
that.
invited to less things than you do now.
No.
Okay, all right, cool.
And
So
then-
you know that this is going on. Okay.
Tumble and I have a con running.
Nice.
So
okay.
I like to think that our favorite con is because she shapeshifts into anything, right?
Yeah, any animal.
I shapeshift.
Any
She shapeshifts.
cave animal or underground animal. Yeah.
She shapeshifts into a dog and pretends to steal like a coin pouch off my belt. I'm like, hey, that dog, and then we like help chase it down. And I just rob somebody. Like we like I get somebody to help me chase the dog down.
How did you get roped into this like robbing people, turning into a dog con game? Did you know that this, or do you just think it's a fun game?
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's just like I'm being like a rat terrier.
Yeah.
And it's just like playing
Well,
keep away.
Well, and that's the thing is you can shapeshift to anything that lives in the underground depths, right? So you're some kind of weird cave dog, like an albino cave dog, which is perfect.
That's gross.
Yeah,
Completely
cool.
hairless.
Yeah, just a weird white hairless red-eyed
My
hat
dog.
dog.
Yeah. So we just do different things like, somebody help my dog, it's getting away, and then we like lure
That
it
dog
in.
stole my wallet. And people are like,
Yeah.
"What dog?"
We tried a bat and I couldn't carry the thing.
Yeah, we tried a bunch of different stuff.
So there's a con. There's this con you do when you go to a new town or whatever, and you don't know that it's like an illegal thing.
Oh no, we go to vets. And I'm like, my dog is very sick, like, and then while they're helping her, I'd steal from the vet, like,
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean?
You've got a vet grift that you do. That's really nice that you do that.
Yeah.
Okay, steals. I'm gonna write this down. Steals from animal doctors. Good. All right.
Well, when you put it that way, it sounds so mean.
Okay. All right. Just there we go. Okay. All right.
And that's it.
And
Yeah.
that's it. Okay. So let's do your bonds.
All right. Tumble is puny and foolish, but amusing to me.
Yes, I don't think that anyone at this table would say
Yeah,
no to that.
yeah.
I think all halflings. That's true.
Oogle's ways are strange and confusing.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Yeah. What? How can a man have no spine or honor?
How do you live with no spine? Good.
Because he just watches somebody like walk all over me, and I'm just like, yeah, I
I
guess.
love that because everyone walks all over you, you have to do that to tell. Like, the only person I can push around is the mole person. Come here, Chud. Do my bidding. Good. That's good. Oogle's a great dude.
Yeah.
But added to that, Oogle is always getting into trouble. I must protect them from themselves.
There you go. Okay.
So I've got your back.
Yeah.
You're weird and confusing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
But also-
understand. You're so weak. Let
Yeah,
me save
he
you.
doesn't get it. He doesn't understand how someone could be like suck that much. Like, you know, he just
Yeah.
doesn't get it. Because he looks at me and he sees like this big, like hulking kind of
right.
like scar. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
So
yeah.
what do the fish people do to people like Oogle? Like if a bunch of eggs are laid and an Oogle hatches from one of them, what do you do with that fish? Are they fed to the great whale or?
You know what? I guess they would be sent out. Yeah, they'd just be sent out alone, and the great whale will take care of them. They're exiled.
hold on. So like, do you
exiled?
do you execute people by putting them in a cage and then bring them above the water?
No.
Reverse drowning.
I think they're just sent out, but the sense of shame is so badly ingrained into people that they
Right.
won't even go up to the
They're
surface.
exiled from being exiled.
Well, there's the city, and everyone's happy in like the main fish person city. But if they're sent out, that's where there's like sharks and giant fantasy
Sure.
fish things.
They have
that
to
probably
go. They
eat
have to
them.
go and swim to the bottom of the Marianas Trench.
Yeah, but you're basically
named after
told,
Marianas, goddess of shame.
you know, you're told the great whale will take care of you, but you know,
That's the part I would put the quotes around.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's exile, but it's basically
Right,
death.
so maybe part of what's confusing is that Oogle is allowed to exist.
in this society, how
Yeah.
how he
does
hasn't
it-
been cast out. And,
How do you keep getting away with
Why
that?
haven't they put you in a catapult and just launched you into the sun? Like, you just don't understand.
I don't understand. Yeah.
God forbid you ever meet Oogle's parents.
Yeah. And then finally, Spacenda shares my hunger for glory. The earth will tremble at our passing, because she represents the great god who caused our shame.
Do you share in the hunger for glory that fish seems to think that you do?
No.
Yeah, right? Like,
But as a representative of the god that shamed my entire people, I have to believe there's something special here.
Well, look, I'm not the kind of person to carry pamphlets, but maybe we should go read a book or something.
right, okay.
Oh my.
So you have the hierarchy of glory in the party pretty well worked out. Yeah, okay, cool. Good. All right, so you have your bonds, you have all of your character stuff. You can see why we save the bonds for last and we do all that. We also have like an entire campaign world that has now just sprung into existence.
Yeah.
And my job is going to be to put all of those pieces together and go on a little adventure.
Woo.
So we're going to take a short break here, and when we get back, we will find out what is going on in Dungeon World. Welcome back, everybody. Fish people, half-orcs, mole, children. Regular old humans. Everyone is welcome here. So it's
Yay.
adventuring time. It is time to delve into the dungeon world. And rather than like talk to you about all of your mechanical options and BS, let's just do it. The core principle of playing a character in Dungeon World is if you do it, do it. Your job is just to describe the cool stuff that your characters are doing. And normally with a group with more experience, we're all listening to that narrative and being like, oh, this sounds like that move, but I'm gonna do that for you. I'll be ears open listening for when you trigger mechanical stuff. And then I'll be like, okay, hold on, you're making this move. Roll the move, and I'll get you to read the moves and we'll do the thing. So you have all, as a group, been roped in by Oogle on this quest for the Candelabra of St. Brasso. Now, the only one amongst you who knows the real reason why Oogle wants you to do this is you, Spazenda. You have been following along for your own reasons, but you know that Oogle just wants the Candelabra so that Vance will finally allow him into the Guild of Thieves when you get back to town. But if it falls into the hands of Vance, it will greatly diminish the power and glory that is Maknar. You could do something real special with this Candelabra. It's imbued with magic power. You have made your way through a grave and terrible dungeon environment. You have
How would
braved.
I'm trying to think about how I would
This
pitch
is
this.
how. Oh, so
Pitch
how?
this
Oh,
to
like
her,
what
like,
did you tell them?
pitch-
Yeah,
it's
right.
like-
So
It's
so
like, because like I want to be like, look, we have to steal this candelabra because it's
it's
worth
really
a lot of
tomb
money.
robbing more than it is like stealing.
So what if I told? Okay, so she knows, but she knows we're after the candelabra. Like I don't try to pass it off as like, hey, there's a tomb I heard about. You know,
I think
like
it's reasonable for you to think that you are like fooling
Okay,
her. Maybe
yeah.
you told her like, yeah, it's for the church.
Yeah, totally. We can
Because
totally
you're trying
do
to
that.
impress your sister, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe it's time to finally like all of this is horseshit,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
you know maybe that's the narrative
Yeah.
that you
Okay.
that
Yeah.
You told her. Okay, so you've braved this like terrible environment out in the wilds, far away from civilization. You have fought dangerous monsters. You've overcome deadly traps, and you find yourselves standing before the chamber that supposedly holds the candelabra itself. But before you got here, I have a couple of questions for you. Fish. Did I pronounce that right? Fish.
Yeah.
Fish. Okay.
Yeah.
So Fish, what terrible beast did you overcome to get here?
While we were in there was a two-headed zombie wolf.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
a regular wolf or like a albino underground cave wolf?
No, it was a regular one, but like somehow that,
Like someone
that,
Frankensteined it.
a dark magic twisted it. Yeah. So it was
Okay.
two wolves that were twisted together and then died and then came back.
Right.
Or
okay.
there were two corpses and then the magic
Yeah.
brought the bodies back together and Frankenstein together. Yeah.
Okay. All right. A two-handed zombie wolf.
And I cleft it back in half with my fish axe.
Let's see if that's true.
Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna get you to make a move. This is the basis to move the Dungeon World has. It's called Defy Danger.
Okay.
And the danger that you are defying in this case is that the story didn't quite go the way you were telling it. So it sounds like you used your strength to
Yep.
defeat this two-headed zombie wolf. So roll 2d6 and add your strength modifier to it.
12.
Excellent. Not only did it go that well, but it went extra. You recovered something or did some additional benefit in addition to like impressing your friends. Like you all participated in this battle to some degree, but it was Fish that dealt the killing blow. I said to some degree. 1% is still a percent. So what was it? Was it some accolade you gained in the eyes of your allies? Did you?
So not only are they impressed, but you could see that I have trophies all over. I managed to find this fantastic pristine wolf, and I'm actually started a collection of trophies from the overworld that I'm going to bring back with me.
Nice.
And it was only because I did so well that I'm like, yes, this battle is one that is honorable, and I'll hold on to this tooth to remember the glory.
I feel like if Fish was like a Jack Vance character, your novel would be called Trophies of the Overworld.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, so write down on your character sheet somewhere that you have a zombie wolf's tooth token.
Yeah.
That you took from it. Okay, cool. So you're covered in blood and fur and scratches, but no real wounds as a result of your journey. Tumble, the party nearly fell afoul of some kind of like deadly like natural occurrence, maybe a cave-in or a flood or something. How did you save them from that? What happened, and how did you rescue the party?
There were hidden pits all along the dungeon, and as a bat I could sense the different terrain changes in the rooms around us.
So you used your echolocation
Yeah.
to discern
To
the
scout out
Right,
and
okay,
tell them
okay.
about hidden details.
Cool. So you were a bat, but with tiny mole eyes. Okay. Roll 2d6. You're gonna add your wisdom. You tried to use your wisdom to guide you through.
So 8.
Okay. So you get an 8, which is in the 7 to 9 range. So yes, you get a success, but it costs something. Who suffered the brunt of your mistake? You made a mistake and someone suffered from it. Who was it?
I feel like Oogle wasn't necessarily listening,
Oh, Oogle.
or maybe he was distracted. I wasn't paying enough attention to him. I should have been watching a little bit more.
I'm a child, basically.
Okay. All right.
So when she is in animal form, can she talk?
was
Like,
thinking-
is it?
I don't know.
Yeah?
Can you?
I want to, either that or I have to form a humanoid mouth.
That is horrific. No, there is a druid ability later where you can mix and match animal forms. So you
Yeah.
could be a bat with a human mouth overlaid on it. But I think for now, like having you be like a cartoon character type bat where you can still talk, but you have like a different bat voice or whatever.
Like, watch out over here. that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. Right. And so these are kind of things that help us set tone. So like that's fine. Okay. So you're able to communicate and you like fluttered ahead and led them through, but you lost track of Oogle. And what happened? What happened to Oogle? Did Oogle get hurt? Did Oogle lose something?
Yeah. He just kind of face planted into a
Okay,
pit.
okay, so Oogle, you're gonna take some damage.
Okay.
Face planting into a pit. Let's have you do me armor. You got 1?
1.
Let's have you roll 2d8
Okay.
and keep the highest one.
Okay. So a 6
Yep.
and a 2. So 6.
Okay, so you 6, you take 5 damage. You have 1 armor.
Okay.
All right. So you were slightly bruised from this fall into the pit.
Yeah.
That happened. To
Okay.
you. Okay. All right. So.
But Oogle, I think that Oogle makes it sound worse than it really
Oh,
was.
so you're just like you're complaining about it a lot and like.
My knee, I think it's
limping,
sprained.
okay.
Yeah, I'm limping,
All right, good.
limping heavily. Like,
Okay.
I don't think I can fight. Like the wolf shows up and
protect me.
he's like,
So sorry, Oogle. I tried.
Okay.
Yeah.
all
I'm so
right.
sorry.
yeah,
Okay.
Well, maybe next time try harder.
So we're standing before the door. You're covered in blood. You got wolf bites all over you.
Just
You're
shaking
limping
my
a little
head.
bit. Yeah. Okay. All right. To access this dungeon in the first place, to get into this subterranean environment, there was an ancient puzzle, a riddle or something that had to be solved. What was it, and how did you solve it?
Oh man, what a hard question. Let's see. So the location of this dungeon had to be deciphered from ancient texts.
Yeah. So
which was-
you put the thing on the stick and held it up in the light, and it was you're like, oh, it's over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
sort of, but it was more like, reading a lot of stuff and like cross-referencing
I love that your
things.
solution is I read books because research is important. It is.
It
Yeah.
is.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I read a lot of books and then I was like, okay, hold on.
Because-
Based on these
yeah, the-
ancient maps, this is the location.
The Candelabra is lost, right? Like Saint Brasso was lost long ago, and
I
their
came up with the
candelabra-
backstory for how this candelabra was lost.
Okay, sure.
It was such a holy and beautiful candelabra, and the act of polishing and tidying and cleaning is so, inherent to Machnar the fastidious. Saint Brasso hid it away, so one day those who are pure and brave of heart can find it and give it a good cleaning.
Right, sure, good. There's probably some kind of like mineral deposit down here that's like a natural polish that cannot be found
Ooh.
anywhere else. And,
Oh, possibly.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So you deciphered the location of this lost relic, and you were the one that led everyone here. Okay. Make a roll with intelligence. You're gonna defy danger with intelligence,
Okay.
and let's see how your smarts hold up.
7.
Yeah, 7. Okay, so you succeed. Tell me something something like dangerous or like something you think is true that isn't, that is going to lead you into trouble.
I would say that I thought I had discovered the most direct and or safe route. We'll say that I thought I had discovered the safest route. Mm-hmm. It was not.
Oh, so you think you're done with the puzzles and the challenges and like
Yeah, we're here. We're at the entrance
right?
to the
Okay, so
dungeon.
that whole thing I said about like all you have to do is go in there and get it. No one knows that is wrong, but you are listening to.
None of these texts said
Susanna,
anything
okay.
about any challenges once you. The challenge was fine.
Behind
You've
this door is
defeated-
the chalice.
You've defeated the
Like,
two-headed
of the
wolf of
candelabra.
death.
Yeah. I'm
And
just
you-
stoked because she did all the work. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man, I don't have to do it. Like we
So-
were just, so it's right behind this door.
So
and
I
you're
have
like,
one.
yeah.
I have one last question.
What did you do?
At some point, you nearly screwed the whole thing up.
Oh yeah.
There was a moment at which you could have been responsible for the whole thing going wrong. What was it, and how did you avoid it?
Okay, so the reason she knows, she thinks that it's just a direct route is because I spilt ink or something on one of the books she was reading, and I fixed it. I was like, oh shoot, and I like tried to clean it up, and that's why we're in the situation we're in.
Alright.
Yeah.
Can you defy danger?
Yeah.
And I think you're gonna need to defy danger with your wisdom on this one. I think.
So
Which is-
2d6
Yeah. Do you have a modifier for your?
-1.
-1, perfect. Okay.
I mean,
come
it would
on.
be better if I had dex. 7, so 6.
6. Okay, so this is our first 6.
Yeah.
You get a point of experience.
Hey!
Write down, you get an experience point.
Yeah.
So in defacing and then subsequently, so you deface this.
Or he
this
was, like,
holy,
drinking something.
I think you
You know,
deface this
like-
holy document.
Pages stick together
You
now.
defaced this holy document so badly that you had to forge a new one, right? A fake version. You had to spend a bunch of money and like buy some, like hire someone to forge a fake version
Yeah.
to give you. So you predicated your whole plan on this fake document that's like mostly right,
Yeah.
but you still defaced a holy relic. So you are cursed. There is like a curse.
Okay, yeah.
Machinar has placed a curse upon you,
Yeah.
and it is the curse of sticking. So you are finding that everything that you touch
Yeah.
adheres to you.
I'm a sticky
It's-
bandit.
yeah, and so every time you try to pick something up, and everyone has noticed that you know.
I'm trying to like. Yeah.
So Oogle is, and like your clothes are sticking to you, so you have to peel your shirt off of your body, and your shoes are sticking to your feet, and you're just like Oogle is covered in dust for some reason.
You can see him go.
Yeah, just way filthier than usual, and it's up to you whether you probably don't notice, right?
No, but that's
He was
probably
probably
like
looking very
how he
handsome
got
now,
distracted
but-
and fell in a pit.
Yeah. Well, when you pulled him up out of the pit, he was covered in like dead rats and like dust, and yeah. So you just look like garbage. You look like garbage because of the curse of sticking.
Yeah, okay.
And so until you are able to atone for this crime,
Yeah.
anything that you touch will stick to you, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
So you stand in front of the vault door, this enormous door. And on it, you see the sign of Saint Brasso, which is the sacred wiping cloth, and the pot of ointment with which one wipes. And there is this big stone door before you, and all that needs doing is that you open it and stride forth into the polishing chamber and retrieve the long-forgotten candelabra. What do you do?
Well, Oogle's like very much in the back, just like.
Your hand sticks to your face. Right.
Someone can open that door, big man?
Is this it? Do we just go in?
According to all of the maps and holy relics I
Every
consulted,
time she says something like this, Oogle goes.
Shudder.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, the maps.
Is there a way to open it, or do I open it with my axe?
that's not really the Machnar or the way. That would make a mess.
Teach me, wise one.
Fish, there's a handle. Just pull the handle.
Just open the door like a normal human.
I go to assume it's like a giant challenge. I'm like, yeah.
Yank the door open.
Yeah.
Do you want to make a show of it, or you trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
like impress
Oh, yeah.
everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, however I don't think you have to roll. I think
Okay.
you're used to making everybody think that you're like stronger
Yeah.
and tougher than you are. But so, so Fish makes a big deal out of like pulling this vault door open. And as you do, there is a gust of wind from within that blows out into the hallway. Are you still a bat?
Yes.
Okay, let's roll for your shapeshift. So let's do the druid thing. So you're gonna roll plus your wisdom. I'm gonna assume you've used one of your hold already for echolocating, but we're gonna play a fun little game called What Does a Bat Do?
Wisdom 6, 7.
7. There you go. Okay.
I can math.
On shapeshift, can you read what does it say for 7 and 9?
Hold 2.
Okay. So when the game says hold, it means imagine you have like a currency of that number. You have 2 things you can spend. You're
Okay.
holding them now.
Okay.
You can play them. Now you've spent one already to echolocate.
Yeah.
Right, which is one of the things. And whenever we shapeshift for the first time, we have to have our conversation like we're 5-year-olds. What does a bat do? So 3 things that when you were in a bat form you can do. You can spend your hold to just do them. One of them is echolocate.
Yep.
Right. Okay. What else do bats do?
Would you consider flying?
I mean, you can fly all the time. You don't need
Okay,
to spend
okay,
hold to
so it's a
fly. That's like how we
special-
don't have to. Yeah, but like, get in someone's hair, right? Cause panic. Like,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
could be a thing.
Yeah, cause panic,
Okay.
locate moths.
Cause panic. I mean,
Hunt moths.
echolocate falls under that.
Yeah,
Do you want to have like a shriek that makes things go deaf?
Spread disease.
Yeah.
Like-
I like shriek.
Yeah.
Okay, shriek loudly.
Shriek
all right.
loudly.
Except I feel like bats just make little cute squeaking noises.
Yeah.
That's good. This is a terrifying PC
I was
bat.
picturing like the Pokemon because it doesn't have like a void, like a.
Make Game Boy noises. Okay, got it. Okay, so when you are a bat, you shapeshift. You have 2 hold. You spent 1 to echolocate. You still have 1 hold left. So if you need to echolocate again, cause someone to panic, or shriek loudly, let me know, and you spend that hold, and you
Okay.
do the thing. Okay, so your mole-eyed bat friend is fluttering around your head as you pull the door open. The wind blows through the chamber out into the hall, and there is an acrid smell in the air. You smell like a thick kind of like chemical smell. You recognize the smell right away. It brings you right back. You probably recognize it too. But it's an old memory. Yeah, you recognize it.
It's the smell of polish. We must be here.
Yeah, it might
It's not
be.
the fret. Some of the oils may have turned. Well, this tool's been sealed for a long time.
So when you call on something that your character would know that you maybe don't know, when you recover a memory, or you're like, oh, my character would know this thing, we're gonna get you to spout lore.
Okay.
So roll 2d6, and you're gonna add your intelligence bonus.
Oh,
Ooh.
that will be 12.
Okay.
Or no, 11, sorry.
So when you spout lore, you consult your accumulated knowledge on something. On a 10 or better, the GM will tell you something interesting and useful about the subject. So yes, it is a holy oil that is used to polish only the most sacred of relics. It is very rare, and it confirms your suspicion before that there is a vein of the material that is used to make this stuff.
Polishing vein.
Yeah, but also it requires like other alchemical processes. So someone is either making it down here or had made it before this place was sealed. But the thing that is a little known about it is it's incredibly flammable, like just
Whoa.
massively flammable. So you would apply it to a candelabra and then wipe it off before you light the candles.
Right.
Yeah, and there's this overpowering smell of this stuff. You've smelled it once or twice when your sister like dragged you to church.
Yeah.
But you probably don't have the context for that stink. That
Just smells like
particular smell.
church to me.
Yeah, it's a church
it's like-
stink. Yeah.
All right.
So it brings to mind the question. This would occur to you. How are you lighting your way in this dank place? I assume you can see in the
Yeah.
dark because you're a mole person.
I would
Yeah.
assume that I would be the one to hold a torch because I am scared of the dark.
Okay.
So
all right.
like I'm holding a torch. I mean, it's stuck to my hand, so it's like I can't pass it
Give
on.
give me the torch. Nope.
Nope. I'm good. No.
I'm fine. I'll hold
I don't
it.
want anyone to ask why I'm so sticky. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to avoid the question.
Yeah. Okay.
So I know this stuff is super flammable, right?
Yeah, I mean you can have fire near it, but like generally you polish in a dark room or under sunlight.
Wow. Well ventilated place.
Yeah, well ventilated. Yeah, yeah.
Here's a question. The fish people obviously don't have fire. Could I have bioluminescent pearls that light up dark places?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this something that you carry, or is it like?
Well, this is part of the- this
or
is-
is it like your scales open up on your throat and you just like, like
No, this
show?
is part
Flashlight.
This is part of a perfectly ordinary
Pops into your
adventuring
head.
pack for the fish people is bioluminescent
Oh yeah.
pearls.
Okay,
for-
so spend
like-
one of your uses of adventure
Yeah.
gear.
Kind of like those tubes that you can crack and they
They have a
light up.
lot of like cool undersea raves
Yeah.
among the fish people.
Yeah.
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 They may be banished from society, but they still know how to party.
They still have technology, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
base travels
probably-
very
They still have
Probably-
EDM in the underworld.
I could also imagine these would be super sought after by like the land people and like dirt for the ocean people. You're like, oh yeah, everybody has these. You're
Okay.
like, they're beautiful. And you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So you take out one of these pearls, and it's giving off this. So you've been kind of leading the way with that.
Yeah.
What kind of weapon do you have?
I have an axe, but the axe blade is just like a shell.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have that in one hand, and you have this little pearl glowing in the other.
Can I be like, Oogle, can you give me that torch? I don't think we should take it in here. This stuff is not so great or on fire.
What if I held on to the torch?
I don't think we should have a torch in here.
But
Let go of the torch, Oogle.
So
Let
you
go
take-
of the torch.
Okay, so you can take it. I think you assume that Oogle is just being scared,
Yeah.
and you're able to pry the torch from his hand. Yeah.
And throw it back outside the dungeon.
Okay. Yeah. So you throw. I mean, there's a lot of dungeon behind you. You've been down
Okay.
here a while, but you
But,
you throw it away, and
we're not taking it in this room.
Yeah, it clatters to the floor and is extinguished. Okay, so before you there is this maw of darkness, this great open chamber, and then just the stench of the sacred polish emitting from the outside. Who leads the way? I assume it's you. 'cause you've got
not
the light.
me.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
yeah.
that much. I like the idea too that one of Oogle's adventuring slots. Can I spend one of my adventuring gear slots on something that's really crunchy to eat, like a snack? You know what I mean?
I mean,
And
do
Oogle
you-
just starts he's walking along. He's like,
dungeon, you're eating potato chips?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you also have rations?
It didn't say anything about. Oh, I do have. I have dungeon rations,
There you go.
but
So
I
they
like.
can be crunchy.
But I like the idea of
Yeah.
specifically using his as part
Yeah.
of his adventuring gear on a candy,
Yeah.
like a
Sure.
crunchy candy. yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe Tumble should lead with the bat form.
Yeah, I want to echolocate and scout ahead.
Flutter in there and take a look
Yeah,
around.
it's like, ooh, the crunching's not helping.
But I'm hungry.
Okay. All right. So you flutter into this cave, and it's quite large. It's the biggest cavern that you've seen in this strange complex. That frankly, so far, seems to have been built explicitly to keep people out or to kill people trying to get this thing. So this chamber is it's quite large, sort of semi-spherical. I guess it's a hemisphere. There's a dome. In the center, there is a raised platform. Around the outside, there are pieces of brass piping and glass, bowls and jars. It's all civilization stuff that maybe you don't recognize.
Yeah.
But while you're fluttering around, you're trying to get kind of the lay of the land, see what's up. Okay, let's have you roll discern realities. So roll 2d6, add your wisdom.
11?
All right, nice. So for discern realities, that's this guy. You get questions.
3 questions.
Yeah, ask me 3 questions. And if you act on the answers, you get a +1 on whatever it is that you're doing.
What should I be on the lookout for?
So, you're context-wise, you're kind of confused by all of this stuff. You don't have any context. There's trash basically all around
Yeah.
the room. Civilization trash. You don't know anything about that. That you have no context. There is a body in the room. There is a on the pillar. So the pillar is standing. The top of this little pillar in the middle of the room is empty. There's nothing on it. It's not like the candelabra is just sitting there. There is a skeleton, looks like a human skeleton, resting on top of the thing, wearing tattered robes that seem to have long gone the way of age. They're all tattered and ripped, and you see this bony hand, and it seems like they are clinging to the pillar. The skull is down, and then it's got hair kind of covering the front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a bit unsettling, maybe.
What here is not what it appears to be.
This does not appear to be the place where the candelabra is. Because there's there's dust on top of it, and you can see an area where there's less dust, where it would have just been sitting, probably.
Then what happened here recently?
Recently, nothing. Nothing has happened here in a very, very long time.
All right, so if that last echolocation,
That doesn't use up
Is
your
the whole-
echolocation.
okay,
Nope, that's
alright.
just you fluttering around
That's-
looking at stuff.
sweet.
Yeah.
And I just gotta come back to the group, it's gone.
The chalice is gone?
What's gone?
Oh, the candelabra. Right.
It'd be very hard for you to eat chips when they stick to
Yeah.
your hands and your face.
He's just got candy all over his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's gone?
The thing, there's a lot of stuff in there, but the thing we want isn't there.
The Holy Candelabra of St. Brasso is not here?
What do you mean it's not here?
Oh, she'd be so annoyed. This is where she left it.
It's probably okay to go in and check. There's just a lot of garbage.
But then didn't your notes say that it would be in there?
Yes. Oh. Oh no.
Yeah. Huh. Weird.
I only believe what my own eyes can see. That and the great whale.
Are your eyes on the front of your head or the sides of your head?
Only just slightly to the
I
side.
only believe what my eyes see.
All right, onward, and I'll lead with the pearl to the room.
Is it safe?
Which way to the room? Is it safe?
Is it that way?
All right.
Through the door you opened.
Yeah, the only way there is to go.
Or
It's that way.
It's bad away.
Ah, very nice.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
So I cast up the bioluminescent pearl and light up the room.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So as you enter the chamber, the floor is patterned with this kind of like sea water with light filtering through it, coming from your pearl, as if you were entering an underwater cave. And as I described before, the room seems to be like a junk shop, if nothing else. There are pieces of metal equipment laying all around. There are barrels stacked up against one corner or one side of the room. And then in the center, this pillar, this ceremonial pillar, upon which a body is sort of clinging.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the body. There's a body.
Yeah, there's a skeleton, a berobed skeleton.
That thief must have taken it and died of shame.
I don't. Maybe? I don't think so.
Shame is the #1 killer among fishmen.
Yeah.
But if they're
Age
taking
45 to 55-year-old males die of shame.
But if they'd taken it and then immediately died of shame, it would be still at the feet of the corpse.
She's got a point.
Ah, yes, the wise one speaks again. Glory to you in your words.
Yeah, so it's clear that on a cursory bat glance around, there's something is amiss here.
Yeah, normally this is supposed to be a grand chamber filled with a glorious bejeweled candelabra, some very high-grade polishes that are hard to come by. And it didn't say anything about broken bits of metal and a corpse. And honestly, it is disrespectful to Machnar to leave this laying here. Like, they should have been laid peacefully to rest where they're supposed to go. Put away your corpses.
I guess Google will take a look at the corpse. I don't think he'll touch it.
I should
But
think
he's,
not.
No.
He's gonna come over and-
He's like looking at the pedestal, like kind of like,
Yeah.
is there any sign of like?
So the robes on this particular corpse are familiar to you, but you can't quite place it.
Okay.
Can you roll a spout lore for me?
Oh,
I'm just gonna see if you.
is that intelligence?
Yeah, it's your intelligence.
6.
Total.
Yeah.
Okay, mark a point of experience.
2 for 2 now. Yeah.
So the Oogle comes in and takes a look. There is the sound of like a cough. You just hear this like, and a cloud of dust like blows up from the skull of this thing and into your face.
Ah!
And it burns your eyes. Immediately your mouth fills with saliva, and you stagger back, and it's like it's starting to burn. Like it burns on your bed.
I'm dying! I'm dying! I'm dead! Help! Help! Help!
Yeah,
Someone send help!
So Google's eyes are swelling up, and there's like snot dripping out of his nose. And he seems to be having a hard time breathing. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to take a flask of water and then just like splash it in his face.
Okay, you do. You
Yeah.
splash water in his face. It just makes it worse.
It
It spreads it around. Now you got some in your ears, and it's like your whole
Help!
you
I'm
feel like
dying!
you're on
Fuck,
fire.
I mean, God,
never
God,
met
I
anything
believe
that-
in God! I believe in Machnar! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
So you see Oogle begin like just begging for forgiveness.
No, please, please, somebody help!
Little shit.
I flail at the corpse and get
Yeah.
in its hair.
I guess he would have maybe he would have and then stumbled forward because he didn't know where he was going. Like he's banging around.
I feel
now.
like chances are pretty good you would have staggered back and then
Backwards?
fallen down
Yeah,
on your
fell.
butt, like away from
my
the
knee.
pedestal.
And then he's like,
your leg already hurts. Yeah, it's getting worse.
All right,
What do
Google,
you
calm,
want to do?
calm.
Oh, he's also you're all wet now.
Yeah.
You must remain calm in a moment like this. I'm here to protect you. Just calm.
Well, I guess Google would have went like this and can't
You're
pull
right,
his
so your hands
hands
are
out,
stuck to
so
your
he's like,
face.
"Oh,
So your
God."
hands are like all burning now too. Does anyone have a thought to help poor Oogle? Or do you want to just ride it out?
I'm attacking the corpse.
So you want to go and disturb the skeleton? Okay, all right, okay. So while you two are doing that, you
it's like, how dare!
flutter over and and you fly into its hair. The skull of the skeleton tumbles off of the body, bounces off of the stone a couple of times, and rolls to a stop, staring up at you with its empty eyes. You see inside the skull the flicker of light off of the pearl, which is kind of being flailed around, like trying to keep track of it. There's something like metal inside the skull. You see it through one of the eye sockets. Yeah. So while you're doing that, what are you doing?
I'm just trying to figure out how I can help Oogle.
That's a great thing to be thinking about. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think what I mean.
Just
So you have a number of spells prepared
Yeah.
equal to your level plus I think your wisdom, or equal to your level.
Right, I can do.
And you can do your cantrips or whatever.
My rotes
your
or
rotes
whatever.
a bunch of times. You can do them as many times as you want. I don't normally ask players like, what did you memorize in advance, because it's more fun to be like, there's an emergency. Do you have a spell ready? So if you want to just pick one, you can. You have one level 1 spell that you can have prepared.
Yeah.
Well, you can't see, but Spazenda is taking her sweet time thinking about
It's just,
how best can Maknar help you, and you're just like,
Is it getting worse, or is it
It's
just
definitely getting worse. Yeah.
All Ogle's doing is just.
Yeah, in your vision of what you look like, your hands are just like gnarled bones, your face is melted off, your eyes are like it hurts so bad.
This man appears to be poisoned.
Okay, I'm gonna rummage around in my adventuring gear.
Yeah, okay.
Which includes like a tube of like polysporin equivalent magical.
Now, see that sounds to me like
Like a
an
poultice?
herb or poultice.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
so
then
you
never
know your
mind.
druid friend has one, but she's fluttering around the skull, attacking it. Like, how dare you?
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I'm going to walk over to him and be like, Oogle, I need you. You are freaking out a little bit right now. I need you to breathe in through your nose and then breathe out slowly through your mouth.
So you get some like snotty spit bubble on you.
Okay. In and out, and I'm going to try to calm him down like you would a child.
Okay, right.
Deep breaths, please.
Okay,
Please.
so Oogle, let's have you just try to ride it out.
Yeah.
You'll get some help from your cleric friend.
Yeah.
So this is a good stat for you. You're going to defy danger with your constitution.
Okay.
And the danger is that it just keeps getting worse and it actually does some real damage.
That's a 9.
You got a 9? Perfect. Okay, so now you're going to roll, and you're going to add 2d6, and you're going to add how many bonds do you have with Oogle?
I have 1.
Okay, so 2d6 plus 1.
Okay.
If you can get a 7 or better, that 9 will become a 10.
I have a 7.
Okay, there you go. So the pain, it works. So what does
Yeah.
it look like? This like help, like just like
I think she just hits me. She's just like,
would it come to that?
Possibly I clonk him with my Oogle.
Okay, so what do you
breath,
what do you
deep breath.
clonk him with?
With my little staff.
Okay, it gets stuck to him.
yeah.
So you're just like Oogle, bonk. Uh-oh.
And, like the skin pulls away a little bit. It's like, ow!
Okay, all right. So I think that the pain from this stuff will pass.
Yeah.
But why don't you deal your damage to Oogle?
Yeah.
That'll be on your 7 and 9. You do it, but it costs a little bit of a clunk on the head. So you're just rolling. You have a damage die, which is above your Constitution there. Little d6. Up further.
Sorry.
There.
But
she is.
D6. One D6.
Just the d6. Yeah.
And my
your armor
strength
doesn't count for this 'cause
modifier.
it's
My strength
right-
modifier is
no.
-1.
You don't worry about it.
Okay. 3.
You take 3 more damage. All right. You get clunked in the head, and then the peeling away, and you pull your hands off, and so Oogle's face is like a little swollen, but it seems like the worst of the burning is like fading away. Yeah.
Down in the sea, corpses don't have dust.
This seems like a trap.
Oh, a corpse trap.
So you've seen that there is like some kind of mechanism in there.
Yeah, can I shapeshift back into
Yes,
my halfling form and
Yeah,
like,
so that uses the rest of your hold.
Yeah.
Goes away when you shapeshift back. But next time you turn into a bat, we have the list. Okay. All right. So what does your shapeshifting look like? Is it like Animorphs, like 90s? Like
Yeah, I was thinking it's just like a kind of a ripply fluid because I'm expanding too because I'm getting bigger.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Not like an American werewolf
No.
in Paris where you're like cracking and like
No,
bones. And,
no,
All right,
no
so
bone
it's just like
breaking.
shimmering and
Yeah,
Okay.
very nice,
All right.
tasteful.
you're still like
Now
a
I'm
weird
like a
short
really
furry
gross-
person. Yeah.
Muddy.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So you're back.
Yeah, I'm gonna just reach in the skull and grab the thing.
All
Maybe
right.
have a little trouble because I've got like my fist around it. Can't get out
Big
the hole.
long mole fingers. Okay. Defy danger. The danger is that it's still dangerous.
Yep.
Do it with your dexterity.
Dexterity. 8.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna give you a choice. You can retrieve whatever is inside safely, but like safely for you, but you'll damage it with your pointy fingers. Or you can make sure that it remains safe, but you trigger whatever happened to you here.
I want to preserve the thing.
Okay. All right. So you reach in and you grab it, and there's that same kind of like hiss, and the powder sprays out of it one more time. Let's have you defy danger. And let's have. What do you do when you hear it? When you like reach, you like click. There's a hiss. It sprays. You have a second. Do you just like grit your teeth and wait? Or do you throw it aside? Like
Yeah, I just wait.
Yeah. Okay. So roll with your constitution.
stop.
You're gonna just try to tough it out.
It's like, oops. 4. 5.
A 5. Okay, mark experience. So I'm gonna get you to mark. Can I see this for a sec? I'm gonna get you to mark. Let's mark stunned. So stunned is a condition on your intelligence. So until you're able to heal that, your intelligence bonus goes from +1 to +0.
Okay, so it cancels
Yeah.
out.
So there's not enough for it to like hurt you. You just get a little like a little wheeze at the end.
whoa.
And it kind of it just kind of is a little disorienting. And so you have in your hand what looks like, and you have to pull it out like an eyeball with a thing. There is a like a rubber hose, and then there's like a little thing on the end of it, a little opening on the end of it, and now it's like hanging like an optical nerve from this thing, this little brass mechanism, and it's covered in this sort of reddish dust. So while all of this business is happening, what are you doing? You're watching them take care of each other and and you're in this room full of strange stuff.
I'm probably walking over to Tumble, and I'm like ready to smash the skull with my axe. I don't look at it, I don't trust it. I see she's pulling something out. I've got like the light up, and I'm just like, if it hisses one more time, I'm gonna smash it.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So you're keeping an eye on that. Okay. All right.
Do I see Tumble activate the trap visibly and then like she gets sprayed?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it's way less bad for Tumble. Not at all embarrassing the way it was. Yeah.
What have you found, Tumble?
Some more garbage. Ugh, this is disappointing.
Well, what is it?
I was hoping it was the Candelabra. Candelabra.
It might well be, for all you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I don't think you know what a candelabra looks like.
no,
So, yeah.
but I thought it would be bigger. This is just
Well, here, let me see it.
here.
Oh, that was easy.
Stretch it out.
Okay, yeah. So it does. It like there is a long cable kind of thing, like a long hose inside the skull. Do you just like snap it off, or do you pick the skull up too?
I don't think Google would want to touch the skull.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think
So
I'll-
you're just like giving it.
I
Okay,
can,
so
I can pick the skull up and like
Yeah,
hold
it pop.
it.
If you just pull on it, just like yank, it pops out.
Yeah.
There's a faint kind of like deflating sound. It doesn't do anything. So you're now holding a nozzle with like a tube hanging off of it, and the tube is separated from whatever was inside the skull.
So is it just the trap
Yeah,
that
maybe.
I pulled out?
Yeah.
Or that she's pulled out?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just the trap.
what do you mean a trap?
It's a trap. People put things inside things when they don't want them touching things.
Did the man die with that in the head, or did somebody put it in after?
Someone put it in after.
This goes with my thought that somebody took it and then died of shame, and then somebody cursed their body.
Maybe, but I highly doubt it. People do stuff like this. People do stuff like people do stuff like this all the time. The trap thing. So the candelabra's not here. It said it was going to be here.
It does appear that way, that it is not in this chamber.
Is there any other way in or out of this chamber?
Why don't you discern realities?
Okay. And
So
that-
you're gonna roll and add your wisdom.
Yeah. Oh no.
Hey,
10.
You got 10. All right.
Yeah.
So you can ask me 3 of those questions as
Okay.
you look around the room. You can also just ask me anything, but I'm going to be answering like those
Yeah.
questions.
Well, I do want to know, is there anywhere other way out? Does it look like this is like a sealed sarcophagus kind of deal?
This looks like, it looks like a workshop.
It looks like a workshop.
Yeah, as you look around, like you have better context than the druid does for this kind of stuff. Yeah, this is a place where like things are made or like fixed. It looks like a junk shop almost. There's like various bits and bobs of stuff all around the outside of the room.
Yeah, and it's all heavily dusted because there's like a spot in the pedestal.
Yeah,
like
and in massive disarray. And then there's the pedestal.
Okay. And I guess, is there anything that looks out of place for like a shop?
I mean, the whole thing is out of place, right?
Yeah.
Like what
it's a
here
tomb, yeah.
what here is not what it appears to be is everything.
Yeah.
Like this is, it's not like everything up to this point has been like monsters and traps and like stuff that you expect to keep tomb robbers out, and then this is something else. This doesn't fit with the rest of the pattern.
Okay. Yeah. This doesn't look like any other room that we've been in before, right? I'm not going crazy?
No.
It's like somebody set up shop here for whatever reason in a tomb. Why would they set up shop in a tomb?
Is this
Low
the sort
rent.
of place that a candelabra would be stored? Low rent. Or is this a place where a candelabra would be constructed?
Can I inspect the body in like this workshop and stuff like that?
Yeah. What do you want to know about it? You
I'd
still have a
like-
question you can hang on to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hang on to it.
Well, I'd like to know, like, do I recognize these robes? Do they look like a mock Nari and like
Yeah,
priest robes?
spout that lore. Roll plus your intelligence.
All right.
Let's see what you know.
7.
Nice. Scraping by. Okay. I will tell you something, but it may not be useful.
Okay.
Yeah, these are very archaic. These robes are very out of fashion. Nobody has dressed like this in hundreds of years. And they belong to a subsect of the Mochnarian religion that used to focus on like artifice and crafting. That they believed that it was not simply the goal of Mochnar to be all things, but to achieve a perfect form. And so taking the imperfect metal from the earth and crafting it into the perfect, an object, a finished object, through craftsmanship was a motion of devout behavior. And so this is this, and it's fallen out of, because people are lazy and they'd rather believe that everything's already perfect, so forget it.
Yeah.
So like this is old and very out of date and out of fashion.
Interesting. But it's about as old and out of fashion as this corpse is out of fashion of being alive, kind of thing.
I mean, that's a different. You're not a doctor in that sense.
Okay,
You can't
but like-
CSI
but-
the
but
carbon
like-
date the bones,
But
but
you know what I mean? Like the corpse is like an
it
old
would
corpse.
It would
It's not
certainly-
fresh.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, because like I said to Tumble, nothing has happened here recently.
Okay, so like there's not like flesh hanging off. Like this was.
Correct.
Okay, so it's a skeleton with a trap inside it.
Yeah, or it's like a dead cyborg that could shoot poison dust out of its eye socket. It's hard to say.
Interesting. Okay.
I'll just throw that one out there as like a maybe.
Adam, is there anything in here that Oogle thinks is worth anything?
Everything is worth something to somebody.
Yeah.
There is all kinds of like old stuff in here, and sometimes you find like cool junk digging through the
I
trash.
try to steal it. Like, I mean, like,
You
I'll
wanna
try
look
to-
for something
Yeah, I gotta
valuable?
come. Like the candelabra's not in here. I'm freaking out a little bit. I'm like,
Okay.
it's not here. It's supposed to
So
be here.
here's what happens. You do a look around the room, right?
Yeah.
And your eye catches on some kind of like a set of lenses, right?
Yeah.
For working on like small, like a clockmaker's lens set, right? And you see that as you look around the room, you're like, oh, that's interesting. And then you come back to be like, I'm gonna steal that, and it's gone.
Okay. Is anybody watching me? Like, I just want to know if anybody.
If anybody is looking at you, they don't know what you're looking at, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not looking. at
She's inspecting the body,
looking
so
at
I'm
the
like,
corpse.
I should steal something while she's not looking, because if anyone's gonna stop me,
Yeah, and I would be moving closer to her to like.
so I'm
hold the light
looking,
up.
and then I'm like, I look back, and it's gone.
Yeah, it's just like clearly absent from where you thought it was.
What the fuck? Like I say that out loud. I'm like, yeah,
Google language.
sorry. Wait a second, you're my mom. You just say whatever I want. There was a thing here, and now it's not.
What do you mean there was a thing here and now
I
it's
was
not?
looking through for something to. I was looking through the remains of this room and I looked at this clock. What was it? A clockmaker's?
It was like it was clamped on the end of a desk. And
Yeah.
it was like a brass stand with an
Yeah.
arm.
Yeah.
And then the arm split into a bunch of little fingers, and at the end of each finger there was a lens, and you could like overlay them and look through them to get different magnifications.
Yeah, there was a lens thing here, and then I looked away, and I looked back, and it's gone.
Like there's a table there or something?
Well, yeah, there's a table in the room. This thing was clamped to the table. Now it's gone.
There must be a secret passage.
I mean, sure. Do you think? Are you saying that the clamp?
Out loud. I don't know. If there's a wall there.
room?
Are you positing that the clamp got up and walked out the secret
That's what
door?
I'm asking.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So there's like a big workstation in front
There's
of me?
a bunch of them. Yeah, the whole outside of the room is ringed with either piles of like stuff.
Okay.
So can I inspect the?
Or there's like workbenches all around. Yeah.
Can I inspect the spot where the thing was like where I saw it?
Yeah, you go
Yeah,
over
I'll
there.
just take a look. I'll just be like,
You don't see any. There's
Anything?
no. Yeah.
Nothing, hey? Weird.
All right, Oogle, stand
It's just
over.
here.
Let me show you how the fish people solve their problems. And I'm going to try and cleave it in half with my axe and then reveal the hidden passage behind it.
By it, you mean what?
The workstation.
Oh, so you just come over and just
I'm just like try and
the desk.
smash the desk
Okay.
and then reveal the thing that's obviously behind it.
Do either of you have anything to do or say about that?
I'm going to
About what he's
watch.
doing?
Yeah.
I'm curious. You said there was
You
glass
see-
objects and
You
things?
see the axe come out.
I mean, I can't stop him.
I mean, I'm just going to be like, okay. This is why I must protect
I really
him.
hope
seems
it's not
as
clues.
valid as
I hope
anything
it's not
else.
clues.
All right, make a let's have you defy danger with your strength. So you're rolling under strength.
Big roll. Ooh, 13.
Excellent. Okay. All right. You come over
Yeah.
and you raise your axe and you bring it down on the desk, and the desk like shatters in the middle, sending bits of wood and there's like stuff on the desk that goes flying. It's very loud. The room echoes with the clattering of pieces of garbage, like a bull in a china shop. Right, you hear this junk noise. It echoes off the walls, and I think probably Tumble, you hear in all of that noise. We all hear it just as like clattering and noise. You hear a faint, almost like a moan of pain in the cacophony, like the sound of an injured animal or something. It's just like mournful, like like groan in the clattering, and then it's gone. Right, and this is like echoes, and it's quiet. Harry's ears are ringing a little bit.
So
Hey, Fish, did you just moan?
no, but wait for the dust to settle, and then behold the passage where the glass is hidden.
So you just like
I stand here,
and we look
pointing
at
it.
Wait, what?
We look at the.
I'm
rubble.
waiting. I'm waiting.
But I did not moan. Warriors don't moan.
What?
Yeah, so the dust of the broken table does indeed settle. There are pieces of table lying around, pieces of workbench lying on the ground, and on the where the workbench once stood, there is a wall.
Huh? Why else could a thing go missing if there's no passage for someone to take it from?
Did you look under the table?
What table?
So while they're all like doing this, what are you doing? Are you just standing back and watching?
Well,
or-
I'm watching, and now I'm resisting the urge to find a broom and start sweeping things up.
because this place was a mess to begin with.
I know, it's just like,
Everything is out of place. There are objects that are not stacked from largest to
oh
smallest.
no, it's like, as it's actually I would say I'm like low key, like weirded out by the fact that you go through this Machnar door and you enter a mess.
yeah, like a hell of a mess for sure.
Yeah, and now it's worse, and I'm like, I should clean that up, and it's like, why? No.
Yeah.
Because it won't really.
So I think when that occurs to you and you're like, this is a mess, and maybe just out of habit you look around for like the most egregious mess that's available. You called him and like there was a pile of like dishes or something. You're like, I could start there, and you turn, and where you're sure you saw it, it's gone now. And there's just like a spot on the table where there's no dust, and this pile of dusty plates is gone.
Oogle. When you said something
Fingers
disappeared,
are stuck in your hair.
I see you looking at me and like talking. I'm like, what?
Oogle. When you said
Yeah.
something disappeared,
Yeah.
it just vanished.
Yeah. I looked. There was a thing. I looked away. I looked back because I was like, wait a second, that looked valuable. Now it's
So
gone.
while you're talking, there's a sudden noise. You all like jump. There's a clattering sound, and you turn and you see that a piece of metal, like ephemera, like a big metal ring, has fallen off of a desk on the other side of the room, and it's just doing that like on the floor, and then
Yeah.
and it's lying still. And it's like across the room on the other side.
Dust gnomes.
Look, I don't deal with ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts. And if it's a ghost, I'm out.
That's why it's dust gnomes.
I'm sorry, what?
They live where there's a lot of dust.
That's real?
Yes.
My contract also does not include dust gnomes.
Oogle the coward. We have come together for the Candelabra.
Yeah.
Find courage inside of yourself to overcome your crippling cowardice.
Well, I mean, it's more self-preservation than cowardice.
I'm here to preserve you.
Okay, well, how about you preserve me by go checking out what happened over there?
I accept.
Yeah, thank you.
You want to go take a look?
Yeah.
All right. So as you move, the whole room's light source like shifts with fish, heads over there, and as it does, the three of you are almost certain you see in the shadow at the edge of it as it moves, you see things like shifting and moving. You can see like pieces of various like junk like shifting to one side of a table, and like things are moving around just at the edge of the light.
We gotta surround them.
What was that?
Can I call for guidance? Like, it's guidance is a rote thing I can do. And I can be
Yeah.
like, Machnar, this is like, this is. All right, how?
So you're gonna cast a spell first.
Yeah.
So you're gonna roll plus your wisdom.
Okay.
Using the cast a spell ability.
So that's just 2d6 plus.
Plus your wisdom, yep.
Oh my God, 13.
Glorious.
Yeah.
Okay, so on a 10 plus, what does it say for cast a spell?
10 plus, the spell is successfully cast, and your deity does not revoke the spell, so you may cast it
There
again.
you go. Okay, so what does this spell say? What does guidance say?
Guidance says the symbol of your deity appears before you and gestures towards the direction or course of action your deity would have you take, then disappears. The message is through gesture only. Your communication through the spell is severely limited.
What is the symbol of when Machnar provides guidance? What form? Choose the form of the destructor. What form does Machnar's guidance take?
Oh.
What if like a ball of things just starts rolling in the right
Well,
direction
yeah, I was
and
thinking
like
like
picks
just
up?
like a glowing katamari or something like that, or a glowing, morphing, ever-shifting katamari. And I'm like, Machnar, guide us. This place is a mess.
Yeah, so the amorphous shape takes on kind of a vaguely like hand like pointing, and it points to the darkest part of the room, the like opposite side of it from where the light is.
Do we all see that, or does it?
Oh, I don't know. Can everyone see?
Yeah,
the
everyone
guidance?
can see
It's
it.
not just you being like, I see.
No, I feel like everyone can see the guidance
All right.
of Machnar.
Yes, you are all witness to the guidance of Machnar.
No ghosts.
Okay.
Wait,
The
fish!
guiding hand of Machnar does one of these. So, because you're cursed, don't talk to me. So yeah, you see it point, but out into darkness. It's at the other side. So if the room is a circle and you are in sort of the iris of light, it points all the way over on the other side.
You're gonna say something?
I was going to say, fish, this way.
Ah. I.
Machnar leads us thus.
Okay. I will trust Machnar this one time.
Machnar's a good thing.
Machnar is responsible for the shame of my people.
Machnar would probably let you work it out.
All right, I'll start walking in this direction.
Okay, so
Orb and
you
axe.
turn, and
Yeah.
so as you turn, you can see that there was indeed a shifting of garbage and stuff in the room. It is all receded to the back and is between you and the entrance now. It's all kind of pulled itself into a big pile, and as the light falls on it, we see two like tendrils of garbage like reach out like arms and lift the pile up. And you can see several garbagey like legs form from this pile, and it begins to lumber menacingly in your direction.
Can I hide behind something?
That's not a dust
The only
gnome.
thing to hide behind in this room is the pillar or maybe the big fish man. So what are you gonna do? You see this enormous like trash
Yeah.
thing lumbering towards
Yeah.
you.
You don't scare me, trash gnome.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna like shout at it, or?
I picture Fish as the type of person who attacks what he doesn't understand.
Okay, yeah. So you're just gonna like rush at it and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Surrender the Candelabra, and I will attack it with my great axe.
Okay, so you rush up to it. Unfortunately, it's got these big, long, like flailing arms of trash, so you have to defy danger first.
Okay.
How do you get past the flailing arms to get at its body to be able to attack
I
it?
imagine Fish is the type of person who thinks his axe can cut through everything.
Oh, okay, so you're just gonna like try to hack one off.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So defy danger with your strength first. The danger is you get wailed on by this arm.
I get a 6.
Okay, so you will not be able to hack and slash
All
because
right.
one of these enormous garbage arms, mark experience,
Yeah.
swings out. You see Fish rush forward, axe in hand, and the garbage arm slams you in the chest, knocking you to the ground. Can you roll a d10 and then take that much damage?
Yikes.
Whoa.
The garbage arms.
I take 3 damage.
3 damage. All right. So you are knocked on your ass. Do you hold? Do you get? Can you clutch the clutch the pearls, or do you drop it? Does it fall from your? From your
I
grip?
imagine I hold on to my axe, but not the pearl. The pearl
Okay.
rolls
All
out
right.
of my
so
hand.
it falls out of your hand, just like rolls on the floor, making this whole scene very oddly lit because it's moving, and so the light is like rolling around the room. So you see this. You see your barbarian friend rush forward and be slammed to the ground. What do you want to do?
I want to lunge at the trash monster and tear into it with my claws.
Yeah, just get it with your claws.
Ooh.
All right, same thing. So you're gonna have to get past those whipping arms.
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
Try to stay low and quick.
Yeah. Okay. So roll with your dexterity. You defy danger.
But 8.
Get an 8. Okay, so 7 and 9 means you can do it, but there'll be a cost. I think you get winged, like it tags you as you run in. So take a d10 damage.
Holy moly.
It hits you, but you still get what you want. Which
for
means
the
you can
D10.
leap in
Hunt
with
for
your
the D10.
mole claws. I just keep thinking you as
6.
like you look like a halfling version of Knuckles from.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Dreadlocks.
Yeah.
No,
So you take
no.
6 minus your armor and damage.
Okay.
Okay, and then but you manage to duck under the vast majority of the force. I think it's one of these like it's got a lesser tendril of garbage, and it smacks at you, but you get past it, and then you throw yourself at its body, claws at the ready.
Yeah.
So now you can hack and slash. So roll, add your strength.
7.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna deal your damage to it. So that is a
D6.
D6. Yep.
Do you just go in and just
1.
like...
I mean, yeah. And now you're within range, right? Of like you can keep doing this.
Okay.
Until it can like toss you aside. However, it is made out of metal and wood, and your claws are merely halfling digging claws. You don't hurt it. You just like scratch at its surface. Maybe you pull aside like a spittoon or something that falls off, and then just gets sucked back in. And you're just all up in its front. And I think that because you have 7 and 9, what happens is you see the front of it. A bunch of sharp implements, so maybe like some rusty swords and like spear tips. They all kind of align like teeth in the front, and the thing bursts open like an enormous maw of trash and is going to lunge and try to grab you. But before that happens, the two of you, what do you want to do? What's happening? What's going on?
I go for the light source.
So I can run for the...
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so you can run, scoop that up.
Yeah.
Okay, it's stuck to your hand now.
Shoot.
Well, you won't drop it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, don't worry. I'll keep the area lit. Okay. Good work, Fish. You're
And
doing
I mean,
great.
so you can help still,
Yeah.
right? Because you have bonds and stuff. So
Yeah.
you're just standing back shouting like, "Hey, good job, everybody!"
Yeah.
All right. Your eyes all swollen. Look like you've been run over by a taco truck. All right, what?
Still limping.
Yeah.
Oddly
What,
specific.
Spazenda, what are you doing?
I'm just trying to figure out what I can do. Let's see. I've
That's
asked
the
for
magic of
guidance.
role-playing games.
Yeah. I can cast a first level
You can
spell,
pick a first level
essentially.
spell and cast it. Yeah.
Let's see.
You have Smite Garbage Elemental.
Yeah. You could also try to recall if there are any creatures like this in the annals of mighty Machnar.
I think that might be a better use of my turn. I'm not really spec'd for
It's
combat.
not a dust gnome.
So
Already
it
covered
definitely
that.
isn't. So you can do one of two things. You can spout lore to recall something about this particular thing, or you can discern realities and ask me questions about the situation.
I'm going to discern realities
All right.
and ask you questions.
Okay, so take that, roll with your wisdom.
Wow. Wisdom
You're pretty
plus
wise,
2. So that's 10.
All right, what do you want
Yeah.
to know? Read them off that discern list.
All right.
So you are standing back, watching the chaos as Fish is knocked down. Tumble is about to get chomped on by the garbage mouth of this thing, and Oogle is shouting, "Go team!" on the
Yeah.
sideline.
Let's see. Ask the GM on a 10 plus. Ask the GM 3 questions from the list below. Ooh, how exciting! What here is not what it appears to be?
Ooh.
Fish is not a great warrior.
Hey now.
Like, clearly what's like beyond the stuff that I already mentioned before, like this is not the resting place of the Candelabra. This is like a test or a final like guardian or something, but it's not like this room, or maybe you screwed up your research. Something is off.
Yeah.
You're not where you think you are.
Yeah.
Or you're realizing that now.
What here is useful or valuable to me in this situation?
This creature is formed from chaos, right? This creature is a room full of trash that has been made into something whole, and as such is symbolically, at least, holy to Maknar. You are a cleric of said god. There might be some leverage there for you.
Interesting. Who's really in control here?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody
Just
is.
pure chaos.
It is chaos, yeah. No one's in
how
control.
exciting.
All right, so if you act on those things, you'll get a +1 on the roll, the next roll that you do to act on the answers to those things. You're on your butt. You're about to be eaten. It doesn't seem like anybody's about to rescue you, unless you want to try.
I'm going to try
Things
to.
are still flailing.
You know,
want to try to run to the rescue?
Tumble is amusing to me, so I'm going to try and get there. Does it look like Tumble's about to be bitten?
Tumble is small enough that this thing could just...
Yeah. Is this the type of maw that I could like stick my axe in its mouth so that if it tried to bite down, like the axe would keep its mouth open so it couldn't...
Would you like to take a moment to try to figure that out from your position on the ground, or do you want to spring into action?
Oh no, I'd act on that. That's the goal.
So
I don't
you
know
just
if it's
you
gonna
could just
work or not.
assume that. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that worked
Maybe.
this one time. A shark tried to bite a friend of mine. I just like got the axe in their mouth, and I'm sure that this is equally applicable here.
Okay. So you leap to your feet.
Yep.
And then you want to run to help your friend.
Yeah.
There are still a perimeter of flailing tendrils. You're
I'm
outside
still
the tendrils.
Pretty sure my axe can cut through
Yeah,
those.
so you wanted to try again?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Cool.
That first time, that was just a lucky hit
All right,
by
the
this.
danger is you do not penetrate the barrier of whipping tendrils. You're going to use your strength to defy it.
Yep. 8?
Okay, all right. How about this?
Okay.
You got two choices. The tendrils will knock your axe out of your hand, but you get past them. Or you can stay where you are and not get tendrilled, but you leave Tumble to her fate.
No, I lose my axe.
Okay.
Yeah, I hit into one of them, and the
it
axe
pulls
gets
away?
stuck in it.
Yeah, okay.
But I keep going through. That's fine. All right.
See? Sticky things. You're not the only one cursed with it. So I think that's the thing is you swing out the axe and it gets caught up in this like swirling tornado of garbage and debris, and it pulls your axe away. And you watch it, this beautiful alabaster spiky shell thing like disappear into the brass and garbage, and then slide underneath the tendrils. And you see Tumble about to be snapped up. What do you do?
I'm gonna do like the dive, grab, and tumble, roll away thing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good. Defy danger with your dexterity. The danger is that you get bit.
All right. Save tumble. 8.
Okay, so you got an 8. Now you can help. You can help being saved. You can like go with the roll if you want.
Yeah, let's yes.
All right, so roll and add however many bonds you have with fish.
So roll and add.
Yeah.
10.
Go on. 10. Okay. So on a 10, as opposed to a 7 and 9 when you help, you don't expose yourself to any danger. So if you'd gotten a 7 and 9, you probably would have gotten like winged on the way out. And that gives you, what did you have?
I had an 8.
Okay. All right. So you get help. You're still going to, I think, take a hit, but you both don't, which is good. So you're going to pull Tumble free, and so you run and you grab just as the jaws come like clamping down, and I think one of the jagged, like rusty swords like scratches across your back. And I think for this, it's not a direct hit. Let's say like a D6.
All right.
Minus whatever your armor is.
0.
Okay,
Because I
so
rolled
there
a
you go.
1.
So your armor
Wow.
protects you.
Yeah.
Or your armored skin. You're just too tough.
Yeah. I don't have any armor.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
people don't have armor.
So you get scratched, but you can shrug it off.
Nice.
Okay. So you're still. I assume you want to still be within the outer tendril like range. So you're inside. You don't have any weapons. The two of you are lying on the ground. You've just been rescued. What are you gonna do? I mean, rescued for now. It's turning its lumbering form towards you.
I want to pull out my shillelagh,
Nice.
beat the giant trash pile with it.
I feel like shillelagh is one of those words that you only know if you've played Dungeons and Dragons or you are Irish. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I've got this knobbly beaten stick.
Yeah, it's a stick. It's a club. You pull it on your gnarled druid club.
Yeah.
And you just want to start wailing on
Yeah.
this thing?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Like a
like,
leprechaun protecting his gold. Okay. So you're gonna hack and slash. Roll with your strength.
5.
Okay, mark an experience point. Your shillelagh shatters on the surface of this thing. You just like slam it into a particularly hard part of the creature, and there's a terrible crack, and the heavy knob part just breaks off of your shillelagh, and you're now holding it.
It's just like despair.
Yeah.
Ah!
That's appropriate. You despair. What are you doing? This is happening. There's just like stuff going on.
Is his axe still in the arm of the creature? Or did
Yeah,
it get thrown
it got
away?
sucked. So the thing is pretty amorphous, right? Imagine like kind of like a mound, and then from it is growing tendrils of garbage and like forming a mouth and trying to bite, and this is whipping around. And so you watch the axe get caught up, yanked out of Fish's hand, swirl back around, get sucked into the main thing, and then like come back as a tooth, and then like get pulled back in and come out as a claw. Like it's floating around in the pile.
Fiddlesticks. Okay. Fuck, I really don't want to do anything. I really don't want to get hurt. I just can't. My knee hurts. Everything's sticky. It's like, God, what would I do? I do the least amount possible, but also I
You
can't.
could stand back and just watch. So you
I
could
mean-
spout lore, look for a weakness. Just drink your own poison.
Yeah, I could. I don't think poisoning's gonna work because I'm just looking at I watched Tumble scratch it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
to
that didn't
no
do
effect,
anything.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't have anything that can break it apart because I just have a dagger on me.
Yeah.
What would I do? What would Oogle do?
Run away.
Yeah, I'd probably run away. I'm gonna head out the room.
Okay. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, to get out of the room, you have to
go
go
through?
around the. Yeah. So you can try to sneak past it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak past.
Okay. So you're gonna make for the door. You're gonna defy
Dex,
danger with
isn't
your dexterity,
no.
and the danger is that it spots you.
Okay. Oh, my dex is a -1.
Yes,
This
it
is so bad. All right. An 8.
You're an 8. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. I'll give you a choice.
Yeah.
You can go unnoticed by the thing,
Yeah.
but bungle right into the ambush that is waiting for you in the hall.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
you can get noticed by the big thing and get slapped around by that guy.
No, I would definitely avoid the thing and bungle right into the ambush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So you
I'd be like,
so you've got the light source. Do you just
Yeah.
put it down on the ground?
Oh no, Oogle takes it with him.
Right. So everyone in the room watches as Oogle heads for the door, and then you hear a thunk, like a loud, meaty thunk. You need to defy danger with your constitution. The danger is that you are knocked unconscious.
Okay.
Oh my God.
10.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna take damage because someone just clubs you in the head,
Yeah.
expecting you to get knocked out.
Yeah. So they clunk me in the head, but it sticks.
Yeah. This is the second time you've been clubbed in the head recently.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna take some damage.
Yeah.
Roll a d6.
Okay.
And again, ignores armor because it's right to the head.
5.
Okay. How are you doing for hit points?
I'm at 8.
Okay. All right. So you all hear this hollow whomp.
Kind of taking an ass whooping.
Now the only source of light is coming from the hallway directly to the back of this thing. So you're in shadow in front of it. It is backlit, and you see these tendrils waving around. If anything, it's more terrifying than it was before. Somebody wails you in the head, and as you turn around to see what's going on, we'll cut back to y'all. So what do you want to do? Yeah, because you're still at a bit of a distance.
Yeah, I, thinking a little bit. One, I'm annoyed because I saw him leave.
Yeah. Fair.
That little shit. And thinking of it, it's hold on. This is like a big pile of chaos that's like assembled itself into an ever-moving, ever-growing thing. That sounds a little bit like my religious tenets. Like, is there a way where I can just be like, "Yo, what's up? I am a priestess of Moknar," and I can show off I can open my box of my 19 tiny crystal figurines that I must carry with me.
Look upon my hummels and despair. Yeah,
Very shiny. Yeah. So, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna be like, "Spirit of Moknar, what causes you injury? We came here to recover the Candelabra."
Cool. Yeah. So you want to come forth and present your holy symbol. All right.
Yeah,
so you're
yeah.
gonna defy danger, because if you're doing a thing and it sounds like you're in danger and there's no move for it, it's defy danger. But you're gonna do it with your charisma.
Okay. Oh.
Roll to be pious.
Yeah. Well, you're commanding the thing. You're like, you serve me.
10.
All right. Okay. It pauses a moment, as if observing you, and in fact, I think that it turns its bulk and forms an arm that comes towards you. And at the end of the arm, we see the lenses that you saw before emerge, and then kind of like all fold into place, as if like observing you in great detail, trying to like figure you out. It is held in place for the time being, which gives the two of you an opportunity to act. What are you gonna do?
Cry.
Okay, good. You do that.
Is that a free action?
Openly
Weeping your broken
weeping.
shillelagh.
I loved that stick.
It was a great stick. What are you gonna do?
It is made of weapons.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go.
I mean, it's got some weapons in it. Yeah.
I'm going to go full barbarian mode and then rip the weapons out of it
Right.
so that I can attack it with.
Perfect. Sure.
Its
yes.
guard is down.
Yeah, there's a moment. Right. Exactly. Yeah. This is such like an '80s like action movie thing where you're like, the monster is listening. I can reach it, and then he's just like, not today. So yeah. Okay. You leap forward and attempt to like break off its teeth and stab it with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
To stab it with its own teeth.
Hack and slash. Roll
All right.
roll plus your strength. Oh boy. That's a 4 plus.
It's a 6 altogether.
Okay. All right.
I'll add an experience.
Okay, perfect.
I've learned.
Yeah, mark experience.
All right, good.
So do you do this? Is there like a battle cry that gives you away before you like lunge at this thing, or what? Like, what do we see leading up to your failure?
I just screamed, "For the whale!"
Okay, good. Okay, so you hear this, and the thing immediately just like snaps back, and it's just like you've betrayed it, right? Like it trusted you, and now you were just distracting it so that he could do the thing. And so both of you get like wailed on by tendrils. So both of you take a D10 damage, minus whatever your armor is.
Ooh, wow,
Nice.
I'm rolling so
You're
well.
really lucky on the damage. So you take 1.
I will take 8.
You take 8. Okay. So it's even like it's angrier at you. I think what happens is you get scratched again.
Yeah.
But it's the betrayal that really
Yeah,
hurts.
yeah.
And so this eye forms into a giant fist and just punches you, and you go flying into the room. You're sobbing over your shillelagh. Would you like to do something? They're getting beat up.
I'm trying to think of a subterranean animal that would work in this situation that isn't just like some sort of spineless squishy thing or blind
Like
and
I
useless.
turn into a slug and lay down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fantasy animal.
Dragon.
Is a dragon an animal? I mean, yeah, like sure, I guess.
Wormling?
Well, I mean, you're establishing a thing. Like, tell me what is a dragon in this case? Like, if it's an animal you can turn into, it means it's not like smog, right?
Right.
It's something else, but it could still breathe fire and live underground or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I
what
don't
is
know.
a dragon? Because that's totally valid.
What if
about,
it's just like
like,
a subspecies of mole that can like breathe fire?
Fire-breathing mole?
Fire-breathing mole.
Yeah.
I don't know why moles would have to breathe fire, but I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire-breathing
Okay.
mole.
Like there's a
Alright.
subspecies
A
that
lava
got too
mole.
close to like lava. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like too close to
Lava
volcanoes.
mole.
Yeah, I mean, a lava
They
mole.
eat earth and then vomit it up as lava.
Yeah.
Okay, so
They
let's
can't digest it.
go roll your.
Well, they eat rocks, and the only way they can digest it
Right,
is
so
yeah.
it's a byproduct of
Yeah.
their hot
For
ends.
my hold.
Yeah, so we're gonna see if you can do it first. So you're adding your wisdom.
Whiz.
Lava mole, so cool.
6, 8.
Okay, so you got 2 hold. What are
hold.
the 3 things that a lava mole does?
Breathe fire.
Okay, so is it fire? It's like a byproduct. You like burp fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little-
What else do
little fire
lava
burps.
moles do?
Uh,
Like consume like rocks and stuff, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Very strong jaws, and then
Okay.
they can like maybe go into a frenzy, let's say.
Yeah. Okay. Like frenzied swiping.
Yeah, frenzied swiping.
Okay. So you
Like they're good diggers.
you change into a lava. What does a lava mole look like?
It is bigger than a normal mole, so it's about the same size as me if I'm like full halfling.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got like crackly rock.
I'm
hide
thinking
and,
like an alternate sand shrew, kind of like.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I was thinking like kind of like an earth elemental.
but like more
technically
like
a
in
mole.
the shape of a mole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, cool. Yeah,
It's
so
like
you
like a spirit,
Should
a
it
mole
have-
spirit has inhabited this
Yeah,
lava.
Should it have fire on it anywhere since it's a lava mole?
The body should be like molten.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a Typhlosion. It's got like a fire on the
So cool.
Like a
And
fire
I will
mohawk,
get you.
yeah.
I'll get you to spend your hold in a second, but so you turn into this thing that is covered in open flames.
In this
Oh,
room.
we can
yes.
see a lot better now.
Yeah, in the
that's
room with the-
for a
the
second
chemicals. Yeah,
before the
yep.
room explodes.
Yep.
Yeah. So so you turn into the lava
Highly
mole.
flammable.
And then just woof, the whole room just like goes up in flame. You're outside, so you're protected. You're gonna take less damage because you're the bulk of the thing gets. So everybody in the room, roll 2d10 and keep the higher of the two and take that much damage. It ignores whatever armor you're wearing. Roll again. You take the worst one. There you go. Okay, so you take 5.
9.
Okay,
Oh my god.
You say take the lowest or highest?
the highest one.
So that's a 9.
Yep. Okay.
Oh no.
All right. It ignores your armor, so if you have any armor, just you take the full.
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
10.
So it's-
10.
Yes, 10.
10.
Yep.
5.
Okay, roll a d8. It's less damage for you.
7. I'm at 1 hit point.
1 hit point. Okay. All right. So you hear there's a flash of light
I have
and
a
this
stick,
like
I have a club stuck to my head.
yeah, fire rips through the hallway.
Yeah.
You hear 2 distinct voices shout out in surprise and pain. Then you smell like fried fish
Oh,
for
yeah.
a second.
I get really hungry.
Yeah, you smell like
Yeah.
tempura, maybe.
fish sticks.
So, yeah, like fish sticks. You just smell. It's like, but also you're horribly burned.
Yeah. Eat. Ouch. Ouch.
And can you somebody roll for the creature for me? Roll a d10. Exact same stuff.
6.
Okay, roll again.
Oh yeah, right,
'cause it's
right,
the worst of the two.
right. Oh, 10. Haha!
Okay, so igniting the room while horrifically painful for everyone in it also disperses the creature. The fire blasts it. It shatters, sending garbage and bits of various machinery kind of like all over the place. And you, in the aftermath, as you hear the sounds of like debris falling on the grounds, burning piles of garbage, you 3 are all like at least a little on fire, so you're gonna need to deal with that in a second. But you have been released. Whoever bonked you, they let go, and you can hear like flappy like footsteps running away back into the dungeon.
I didn't
like
see who did it or
When you
anything?
turn, your face is all burned. Your eyes are all swollen from the chili pepper attack or whatever. So like. You could, let's try.
Okay.
Make a defy danger, and the danger is your own stupidity, and make a roll with wisdom.
If there's any justice. A 9?
You got a 9?
Yeah.
Okay. You make out 2 vaguely like greenish humanoid forms.
Mm-hmm.
They are both carrying clubs, and they are slightly singed, and they're running away from you.
Okay.
You can see their back as they turn.
Hey! Is it still stuck to my face? Is the club still stuck?
Yeah, they left. One of them left a club stuck to your head. It's like
Hey!
at the side of your head. Yeah.
Where are you going?
Do you want to chase after him?
Yeah.
All by yourself?
With 1 hit point?
I mean,
Would
yes. You could.
Well, I'd run away from the fire. I'm more running away from the fire than I am chasing after
so you're
them.
gonna chase after them? Okay. All right. So they're fleeing.
Yeah.
So let's have you pursue them. Roll defy danger with your dex, I think, probably for chasing through the dungeon.
5.
Yeah, 5. Mark experience. Okay. So you remember like not that long ago, you were walking through that hallway with your friends, and there were all those holes in the ground, and you fell in one of them. Yeah, remember that hallway? Yeah, you fall in a hole. So
Okay.
you're starting to catch up with them, and then you see them, and they sort of separate, and they're like running in a weird pattern.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I wonder why, and then you just plunge into a hole. So meanwhile, in the room, the three of you, badly scorched. There is like trash fires all over the place. The room has this awful acrid stink in it. What is everybody doing? And you're like kind of on fire.
Patting out the fire and
Yeah.
then struggling up
Yeah.
and being like, "Oh,
Kinda-
fish, you goon! Oh, oh, I had it. It was listening to me." We
Oh,
we
I thought you
couldn't-
were just distracting it so I could slay the beast.
No.
And it's like, well, I've definitely never caught on fire in my water kingdom.
Yeah, you've never been on fire
So
before.
what do I do?
Oh, I
You're
just
just standing there on fire.
Help?
stop being on fire. Stop. Now drop and roll back and forth a few
Okay, I
times.
stop, drop, and roll.
Okay, you roll around on the floor.
Okay.
Make a defy danger roll with dexterity.
8.
Okay, you will take take a d6 of burning, and then the fire goes out. Okay.
All right.
All right. So you're expunged over the flames. You're fine. You're still a mole. You're not on fire.
Lava
I mean,
mole.
you're on fire, but it's like coming from you.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Oogle?
You just hear quietly in the background.
Where is the coward?
Okay, hold on. Before we go anywhere, who needs an ointment?
Before we go anywhere, who needs an ointment? Who needs to be ointed?
I need to be ointed.
Okay. I feel like in my adventuring gear there is definitely some kind of like well, I already said like I should carry some sort of like bandages or disinfectant or something. 'cause I'm a- 'cause I'm like a cleric.
Bandages is also an item.
Yeah,
you may or may not have.
All right, so I've got like some bandages, and I'm gonna like stick them on everybody's worst burns. So you know.
I'm all
So
burned.
do you,
Well,
do
you're
you
okay.
actually have bandages?
Sure, I'll say I have one.
I mean, no, I'm asking. You look at
your
your character
adventuring
sheet.
gear?
It's a thing. So it's not
Oh.
adventuring gear.
Oh yes, I did bring bandages.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you take a few minutes to bandage someone's wounds, they're going to heal 4 damage, and you mark off one of your uses.
Okay, I'm gonna
so
do
you're
that
gonna
to
stop
both of us.
and bandage. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So it takes a while. They just don't. You're fine. Okay.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
right. So you're in a hole,
Yeah.
and a light is coming up out of the hole, and you're at the bottom of it. You didn't take any damage falling in. You're just
I
stuck-
didn't?
No, you're just stuck at the bottom.
I'm
of the
just
hole.
laying there like.
Yeah. And you hear again outside this like flap, 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 and then 2 green-skinned faces
Yeah.
peer out over the edge,
Yeah.
and they're covered in like underwater. They look like fish. They're dressed in the same way. They're
Yeah.
smaller. One of them has a club. The other one has nothing.
Yeah. It's still stuck to my face.
Yeah, it's still stuck to your face. You
Yeah.
landed on it bad.
Yeah.
And they peer over the edge. Their big fishy eyes just blinking at you.
Yeah. Hey. Little help.
And one of them reaches out with a green hand down to you and says, "Give us the thing."
Okay, no. What thing? What?
And then they look at each other and they're like, "He's got the thing. He's definitely got it. Yes, tell him again. Give me the thing."
I don't know what you're talking about. Look, listen, I'm at the bottom of a pit. I don't have any room to argue.
And they kind of look at each other and nod like, yeah, you don't.
I don't. So
And
if I had a thing, I'd probably just give it to you, but I don't have a thing.
And he says, that lady said we have to get the thing or she's going to be mad. And the other one's like, well, he's got the thing. He's just lying. And he leans over and he says, the human thing, the pointy one, the shiny, from the other room.
Oh, the pearl?
You hold it up and they're like, no, asshole, we know what that, like, no, we have those too. And he's like, the one that you and your friends came here to get.
The candle?
And they look at you and they're like, candle, yeah, that one.
I don't have that. That was gone.
Liar!
I'm telling you, I like started
Wait,
emptying my
yeah.
pockets, and like Oogle like stands up and he like pulls his backpack off. He's like, "Look, I don't have it," and he pulls it out and he
Yeah,
dumps
he's
out his
so
adventurer's
dumping all your
backpack. But
stuff.
all that's in there is candy. It's just like candy and snacks.
Yeah.
There's nothing like there's no rope, there's no grappling hooks, there's just candy.
And one of them, the one with the club,
Yeah.
is like waving it at you. He's like, I'm gonna hit you with this if you don't give it to us. No, it's not mine.
I don't have it.
And so they talk a little bit, and then one of them says, he's like, go down there and search him. And the other one's like, you go down there and search him.
Yeah.
And then they argue a little.
Yeah.
And then they do like a little like rock paper scissors.
Help!
So you hear from the room, you hear at least one shout of help before you get shot with the blowgun. So you're just like, "Help!" Thump. And I need you to defy danger with your constitution.
Okay. Oh my god, I'm the world's worst adventurer. Okay.
Ooh.
I got a 9.
You got a 9. Okay, all right. So you get hit with this dart, this
Yeah.
blowfish dart. Just hits you in the neck.
Yeah.
You don't get knocked unconscious because you're a big burly boy.
Yeah.
But let's say you are confused. Mark the confused condition. So your wisdom is now -2 instead of -1.
Perfect. Okay.
So everything gets a little blurry and kind of you feel like you're underwater. And you all heard a yelp of some
Have
kind
I been to like
of-
an opium den?
No.
It's like a lot like this. I'm like, wait a second. This is horse tranquilizer.
Someone's playing a sitar somewhere.
I'm like,
So you hear a yelp of surprise and then sudden silence.
That sounded like the coward.
Uncle, wait! And then I scamper towards
Okay.
where I heard.
Are we done being bandaged?
I think with this amount of time, yeah, like Tumble turns to go, but you haven't finished bandaging them yet. Do you?
Oh, I wasn't bandaging Tumble.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
So
Just us
you
two.
two. Okay, so
Yeah.
Tumble's free to run
Yeah,
off. All right,
okay.
Tumble, you run off. All right, so you scamper in that direction. You're not making any effort to stay hidden.
Nope.
And you see not too far down the hallway, you see 2 fish people looking down into a hole. One of them has a blowgun up to it. And it's, how do fish people? You have lips, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Sure.
look vaguely humanoid.
So yeah, he's like holding a blow, and he's like, and you hear the phrase, "One didn't do it. Get another one." And you see him like reaching into his pouch to get another blow dart, and then they both like look up as you come charging towards
Yeah.
them. Is that the plan?
and all you hear from the bottom holes, just go ahead, shoot me again, you coward.
All right, so you're charging towards them. The fish tries to like pull the blowgun up and shoot you with it as you run forward. Let's have you, if you're going to charge them with your claws, let's have
Yeah.
you roll a defy danger. And how are you? I mean, how are you? You're just dodging the dart, or are you just going to let it hit you and hope it bounces off?
Oh, so they're like
They're going to shoot you.
me?
Yeah, he's trying to get it.
I'm gonna
fast
try to
enough.
dodge.
Yeah. Okay. So add your dex.
So 7.
7. Okay, so same thing. You get hit with it. It doesn't bring you down, but you are also confused. So it hits you, and then everything gets all watery in slow motion. But you're still like capable. You remember he's a bad fishman. What are you
Very
gonna do?
sharp claws.
Yeah, so you
Swipe.
just jump on him. All right, and is your intention here just like to murder this fish person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full
good.
murder.
Would you like to use a hold to just like
Yeah.
go into a frenzy?
Yeah.
Okay, so down in the hole, you are splashed with blood. Just like someone just throws a bucket of blood on you, just like from the.
What the
and
fuck?
you hear screaming from the
growls of the
horrible growling, a terrible monster.
help! Someone said help!
Just above you, and you're being just like covered in blood.
I'm
like,
all sticky.
yeah, we see a fish
My
head.
candy's covered in blood.
The fish head falls into the thing, like rolls.
Ah,
into the
into
floor.
my hands, like ah!
So you just shred these 2 nerds. You hear so much screaming
Yeah.
and
But
like
then
a
we have to
horrible
go.
monster. And
All right, hold on. Let me just finish betting. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I don't
All
want
right.
to die.
All right, so I run towards the screaming, and I bring Spazenda with me.
okay, yep, sure. So you run down towards the end of the hall.
Yeah.
And yeah, what did they see when they?
It's like staring at me. I was like, what have I done?
You're back in human form, or you're still a mole?
Still a mole.
Okay, so you see a mole kind of like sitting. It's kind of cute, like sitting back on its head, like covered in fish blood and guts, and it's looking at its claws, like, why, God, why? Why did you give me these claws to kill?
Am I next?
Yeah, there's weeping coming from you.
Hold on, so I look around and I see fish people here.
You
or
don't.
what used to be.
You see chum, my friend. You see a couple of your chums. They're
See
everywhere.
some of Little Lisa's patented slurry.
There's fish gore everywhere. It looks.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah. It's clear that Tumble has become some kind of horrific land shark or something, but this is the site of a massacre.
Tumble, what was this before you killed it?
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Ugel's here.
Wait.
Well, you should help you, Ugel.
Hey,
He's still screaming.
do I see anybody or do I just hear them?
You see a
Like,
ceiling and you hear them like talking.
Where's? Well, we probably see the
Fish?
light
There's
coming
light,
out of
yeah.
there. Yeah.
fish?
I looked out in the hole and like, ooh,
Fish! Fish!
how did you open in the same hole again?
That's all he did. He's just.
I just yep.
I don't know. Did you? This is the same hole.
This isn't the same hole. This is not the same hole.
Like I tried to tell you where all the holes
This is
were. I'm
not
so
the same
sorry.
hole.
I'm
This
so
hole you
sorry.
didn't point out. I would remember if you pointed out this hole. This hole wasn't pointed out in the first place.
Sorry. This hole.
You missed the hole.
Can we tell what these corpses once were, or is it just like Bits.
Maybe, yeah. I think
somebody
it's
help.
reasonable to- They're like, there's chunks still.
But like, there's like a head that I could be like, is that the head of a fish person?
I'm holding it in my
Yeah,
hand.
that I think that when you come over and look over the edge, yeah.
yeah. Holy moly!
Because otherwise it's just like tuna tartare all over the place.
How could there be another fish person here? I was the only one who overcame my shame to leave.
And also, what were they doing here being brutally murdered by Tumble?
Yeah.
Did they say anything before you killed them, Tumble?
Can we help me out of the hole?
We're dealing with more important things
Yeah,
right
take
now.
your
We
time,
will just-
coward.
Do you want to try to climb out of the
Yeah,
hole?
Google tries to climb out.
So you try to drop the fish
drop
head. It
the
sticks
fi-
to your hands.
I go to.
Yeah.
Sit in the shame hole
Wait a
and
second.
repent.
Aren't I like a spider?
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yes. The first time you're like, I'm like some kind of Spider-Man, and you like stick your hands on there, and you pull yourself up, and then you can't get your hands off to put them on again. So you like your face stuck, and you're trying
And then I
to.
peel my hands off. I'm like,
Yeah, you're very slowly kind of rolling up the wall. It's very painful.
Yeah.
But eventually you will make your way out of the
Okay.
pit. Yes. So meanwhile, up above, you were investigating. You
Yeah,
wanna
I'm gonna like.
discern the realities of this horrible scene.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna see if like any like pouches or identification was left behind.
Right, if they have that typical like NPC piece of paper with a black hand on it, it's like kill the PCs, do it soon.
I like the idea of them all having this completely adult conversation and then just.
Blood-covered moron just pulls himself out of the pit.
God, I'm rolling very well tonight, Adam. I get an 11 to discern
Hell
reality.
yeah, you ask me. You got another basic move sheet
Yep.
there. Ask me
Oh,
questions.
perfect. All right.
Ask who's in control. Definitely do that.
Who's in control?
Well, no one. Clearly, no one.
Google's in control.
I feel like I already know the answers to all of these
Well,
questions.
you can get your answers confirmed.
Yeah. What happened? Well, I know what happened here recently, but so I don't know.
Right, but no, you can still ask, and I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. What happened here?
So you, beyond the two of these fish people being horrifically filleted by Tumble,
Blade, huh?
you find, you find amongst their things, you find maybe like a piece of tunic or something, and on it you find a like a pin, or not a pin, but like a brooch or something, and it's covered in fish blood. You like wipe it off, and it is a symbol that is familiar to you. It is a holy symbol. It is not the mainline symbol of your god of Machnar, but it's there's something familiar about it. It's definitely a Machnarian sigil of some kind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What shit? Do I know anything about this Machnarian symbol, or I'll have to spell
you
lore
can spell
for
lore,
that?
but now that you've asked, you get a +1 on that spell lore.
I'm gonna spell lore for that.
Do it.
All right, so this is roll plus int.
Yeah, int plus another 1 because of your interrogative.
I get a 9.
Okay. All right. So I'll tell you something about it, but not necessarily make it useful. This is a symbol that you've only seen in like forbidden texts or whatever, like as like a cautionary sigil. It is a sign belonging to a subset of Machnarians that believe that the only way to purify Machnar's physical form, which is to say the earth, is to polish it clean of all life. To wipe all that which is changeable and shiftable and leave the earth a perfectly polished ball of mud on which no life lives, so that we may join forever with Machnar.
Right, get everything out of the way all
That's
at once.
right. Clear. Just have a garage sale of everything that is alive.
Turn it to a
Ultra
pinball.
minimalist, really.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. These like dark minimalists.
Dark minimalist.
Yeah, they all have German accents for some reason. Like,
They believe in nothing.
yeah,
I
exactly.
love this so much. It's a dark minimalist sect of the church.
They wear
you know.
berets and have
They have
goatees.
long cigarette holders.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
no.
These fish are adorned with this sigil.
Hold on.
It's Mach Noir.
War.
Yeah. So they have this sign upon them.
Interesting. So if I but this is like a forbidden thing. This is not something that I would. This is not something that's
As
like,
far
oh yeah.
as you know.
But I've never met another person who is like, yeah, let's kill everything.
I mean, you
Or,
got,
like,
you,
at
got a,
least-
you got a 7 to 9, so all you know is you recognize the sign, and you know
Right.
that you have been told there once was an order of like Machnarian, like purgators who you like they long have faded into history.
So basically, everything I've encountered here has been some sort of like low-key forbidden Machnarian sub thing, including my own. I feel like
You're right. You're a heretic among heresies.
Yeah.
So you're right at
Jeez.
home.
All right, good. Hey, Fish, I thought your people didn't really know anything about Machnar.
I thought so too.
So why are two of your compatriots working for a supposedly, not real, but don't do it just in case, heretical sect of Machnar?
If I look at the remains or the head, do I recognize them?
You see like a tail and a head. And
Steve! Yeah.
That's going to be challenging.
Yeah, I don't know if they're people who followed me up or if they're people who were already up here.
Yeah.
I was in a wood shop with him.
Make a defy danger and do it with your wisdom.
Okay.
See, you're trying to.
That's a 6. I'll add an experience.
Yeah, mark experience. So, no, you do not recognize them.
All right.
And I still get to make a move. So,
Yeah.
as you're like looking at the bodies and you're trying to figure out what's going on, you hear a low, like stone on stone grinding sound coming from the room you just fled.
They did say something about when they were bullying me.
There's
In the
another
hole?
person.
Yeah, they said she sent them here.
Quick, back to the room. Maybe the candelabra is still there.
I hustle off.
Just scramble off. Okay, good. The tiny.
I
hot
don't think
note.
it is because we already went in there and it wasn't what it was supposed to be.
What's that noise? The trash golem is back?
What?
So you ran off to the room, so you're going to go and check it out.
Yep.
So you get in there, and by the glow of your own body, you can see that, like, obviously there's piles of burning trash all over the place. The golem has been dispatched. The column, that thing in the center of the room, the skeleton has fallen off of it because the column is slowly, like, lowering into the floor.
It's the thing in the trash. Can you all hear me?
She found the thing in the trash.
I'll fall. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I'll go. Yeah.
Go take a look.
Give me back my sphere, coward.
It's covered in blood.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my best to not touch him. Like, can you spread your fingers out a bit more? I don't want to touch you.
I can't. Just take it, please.
All right.
Okay, so you
There's
managed
like
to
this
eventually.
sickly, like.
Yeah. So you have the sphere now. Okay. So you all run
hold the
in
sphere.
to go check it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have the conch.
Yeah, the central column is now lowering into the floor. It hasn't reached the floor level yet. It's just like grinding slowly going down into the floor.
Does this look like a good thing?
It's a secret passage. I told you there was a secret passage.
It looks bad.
Ah!
Yes, thank you.
Big mole hands.
Can I find my axe somewhere in the wreckage while we wait for this pillar to descend?
Yes, yeah, you find it just laying like
My weapon!
in the trash. Yeah, it's a
I'm
little
whole
sword.
again.
more mole clapping. Yeah.
Are you Skexy? Like.
Yeah. So you just wanna wait until it finishes.
Yeah,
lowering
yes.
into the floor?
I'm sure nothing bad
Actually,
will happen.
I'm gonna stand just outside the room.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Yeah, smart move. Okay.
Like, ideally, this is the passage opening, not some type of timed trap before everything falls and collapses on us.
It could be that also. Yeah. So you watch it.
Yeah. What say you, representative of the god?
Sort of out of my wheelhouse. Most of like the actual like Machnar worshipping is just thinking pious thoughts while really getting a good sheen going. So like,
Should we polish the pillar?
It's disappearing into the floor.
yeah, I'm just
wait.
gonna watch it and see what happens.
All right.
All right. Yeah, so it reaches the floor, and it stops at floor level, and then it turns, and as it does, the floor, the circular part of the floor, starts to lower in sections and fan out. So it's basically the floor is disappearing.
Ooh.
And as it does, it rotates around this column. It leaves behind a staircase that leads from the center of the room. The staircase goes around and down into the darkness. So you're now standing at the edge of where the room was is a pit, and there's a central column in the middle, and then there's stairs, but they're on the other side in the middle of the room. So you're standing at the entrance.
Yeah.
And then you descend down into a cave, and you can hear down below a faint, like kind of like whirring sound, like a kind of whooshing sound, and there's like the sound of some kind of mechanism. You can hear the gears turning or something down below.
Fascinating. Let's go down the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah, the stairs are kind of far away.
So I watch them all, like, they're like, we're going to go down the stairs. And I'm like,
Start heading over that way. I'll lead with the sphere. Do you want to go bat form again and scout?
Sure. Yeah. Shift from shifting. Does
Yeah,
that
you
work?
want to go from one into
Yep.
another? Yeah, do it again.
Roll for holds.
Yep.
And that was my wisdom. Oh God. Because I'm still confused.
You are still confused, yes.
Yeah. So 5.
You have 5? Okay. All right. So, mark experience. I think that as you attempt to shift, so do you shift from one animal straight to another, or do you go through human form first?
Go through human form first.
Okay. You get into human form. You give up the form of the lava mole. You return to human form, and instead of being able to shift, like you reach out to the spirits and call on their power, instead of being able to shift, you get like a sudden, like piercing headache.
Ah.
And it's something about like that's the sound down below, and something about this place is like forcing you to retain your human form.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ah.
Now you can push on and try to
No.
do it.
No,
or
that's
you
bad.
can just
That's bad.
let go. Okay. Yeah.
It's real bad.
You okay, Tumble?
No. My head hurts.
All right, so no bat scouting.
Carry me.
You just like jump into his arms.
I'm sorry, but my people do not like touching. It's an unknowable trait of my people. But now you know because I told you, so I will forgive you your disrespect.
I will respect your wishes.
Very nice. Good work. All right, so you wanna press on?
Yeah.
Head over. So you
I'll
can
watch
walk-
them, like,
follow this
I watch them,
walkway
like,
around
walk
outside.
down the stairs, and I'm like, hey!
We're like leaving you in the dark.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you descend down this thing, and along the walls there are clearly blasphemous mosaics. You see a world depicted, a world of chaos. You see humans, and you see orcs, and you see halflings, and you see these fish people, and it's obvious this is like ancient, this is old stuff, and it's all jumbles of chaos, right? Like you see a city built of all these different architectural styles all smashed up against one another, and it's clear that everybody is like miserable. Like you see people fighting, you see like a fish guy stabbing a human, and like everybody's really sad, and it sucks.
Does it look like a Bosch painting?
And as you get but in like mosaic form. And as you get further down, there arises a figure. You see a robed and hooded figure holding a candelabra, and they at first they appear. The story goes you see them giving like a sermon, and then you see them being rejected by the people, like garbage being thrown at them, and like blah, like getting angry. And then you see this person alone, like tears coming down their face, and like praying to the candelabra. And then you see that sigil again of the like to the dark minimalists, and then you see the person like rising up like as if they've had a revelation. And then as you reach the bottom of the stairs, you see the person holding the candelabra, and it's just shooting like beams of holy light, and people are just getting turned into dust, like just getting blasted away. The city is being leveled, and as you reach the bottom, there is a door, and behind it you can hear this whirring sound. On the door, you see like an empty, a world that is devoid of all detail, save for this person, and they are just holding the candelabra and smiling.
I'm having a revelation that perhaps this candelabra has been lost and the church has been doing a great PR effort on St. Brasso.
Could be.
Oh dear.
Could be. So yeah, so you hear this like faint like sound on the other side of the door, but the door is just shut in front of you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is there any way of is there a handle?
Yeah. Everything down here, unlike the crap upstairs, everything down here is like highly like polished and in good shape. There's no dust at all.
Stairs are a little slippery.
Yeah, right. It's like
Interesting. So there's no dust at all?
No.
Like
none. Yeah. It's pristine down here.
as in somebody's been keeping does it even smell musty? Like this is
it has
cold
a
air?
faintly, It has like a faintly chemical smell, and there's like the burnt smell from above. It just smells like strong, like smells like ammonia or something, like just like strong cleaning solution.
oh, good. I mean, like that's a smell that will make me at ease,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
right? But then I'll be
Smells
like,
like
wait,
chlorine.
why does it smell like the inside of the kitchen down here? There shouldn't be anybody living down here. This is a terrible postal code. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So there's just the door, and you can just push it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna push it open
Okay. Yeah.
and sort of like not go in, just sort of look, peek
So
in.
the door opens into a hallway, and as far as you can see in the hall, there is it's a long hall about like a meter wide. It's thin, right? It heads down, and down at the end of the hall there is a second pedestal. This one not covered in blasphemous dust, and on it sits now somewhat ominously the candelabra right at the other end. But between you and the candelabra, on either side of the wall, there are enormous cylindrical. They're buffers. They're just big, like slightly damp, but like buffers. They're spinning around, and they're just moving in and out gently. And some of them come like from the top to the bottom.
It's like a car wash.
It's like, exactly. Yeah, it's like an enormous car wash. Yeah, made of abrasive cylinders that are just like moving in and out of the hall.
All right.
Are they moving close enough together that if somebody gets stuck, they
They
get
almost
crushed?
touch. Yeah.
Okay.
They wouldn't smush you because they're made out of soft material.
Ah.
But
But
they're-
if you walk towards it, you'd get cleaned?
You would get polished. You would just be very aggressively polished. Yes.
But you wouldn't have like the skin stripped from your body polished.
There's only one way to find that
Oh.
out.
I'm gonna hold out an arm and be like,
Depends on if you're worthy.
Oogle, don't even think about it. And I'm going to.
Hugo was just doing this too. He's like, time for the greatest thief in
I'm
the
gonna whack
world
him
to
with
do his
I'm gonna
thing.
whack him with my stick, just as like a warning.
Well,
Yeah,
one hit point.
You're like, it's very fragile.
Yeah.
Sprizenda,
I can make it. I can make it. I can make it.
No, stop. And I'm gonna recount sort of the story of all of this and what this means and
Yeah.
the dark minimalist
Okay,
right.
but
heretical sect.
it's worth a lot of money.
It is.
But it could
It also
also
appears to be some kind of religious super weapon. So
yeah. It also like sometimes you have to put things away. And the best way to respect Machnar is to leave things where they belong, right? You don't make a mess. And I think taking it out of here would be a mess. And I don't think this is a good idea to steal this. In fact, it might be a good idea to get rid of it.
Yes, I agree with Sprizenda. We must crush it and then bask in the glory of saving the world.
that's true. That's true. Someone else could find it just as easily. There were fish people following you.
Yeah, look, if people as incompetent as us as got down here, like, who knows? What happens if somebody who knows what they're doing and didn't have Oogle with them came around?
I can make it.
Look ominously.
Yeah.
I can maybe make it.
Is there any way to disable the polishers?
I will look around
I
and
mean, you have some thief type skills that might help you with disabling
I
it.
sure do.
oh good.
I can try to disable traps,
Ooh.
but it's uses my dex, which I'm gonna let you know.
Use,
The most dexterous
use your
person.
training.
So I guess the fish man looks at Hugo and is like, well,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, well, Kate, I'll just like sit there and I'll take a look at it. Looking around to see if there's some kind of like mechanism.
Yeah,
I
take a
guess.
look.
I
All
don't
right,
know.
read what Trap Expert does.
Okay, so Trap Expert, when you spend a moment to survey a dangerous area, roll Dex on a 10+, hold 3. 7 to 9, hold 1. Spend your hold as you walk through the area to ask these questions. Okay, so,
Come on. Heart of the cards, Adam. I need the best roll ever.
well, the best roll I can do is an 11.
Let's see it.
Because you got what for your strength or your dex -1?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I believe.
I got a 7.
Okay. All right. So on 7 and 9, what happens with
I
Trap
hold
Expert?
1.
Hold 1. All right. You can ask me one question. What would you like to know?
You got one shot.
One opportunity.
What activates it? How does it
Um,
work? Like, what makes it run?
So this thing is part of a larger machine that has been activated by your arrival in this place.
Okay.
As for what like powers it, like looking for a power source, it appears to be powered by divine magic. This appears to be a trap that is in motion because of otherworldly force.
Oh. It's powered by ghosts? Pretty sure?
You just feed them right into the tube and it just...
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's powered by ghosts.
This is
Maybe that's why
I've seen
the
traps
spirits
like this
don't like it.
Look, I've seen traps like this before. They're dangerous. Good thing you have an expert. Powered by ghosts.
Spazenda, has your religious training taught you how to dispel spirits?
I'm going to.
Pious eyes see.
I'm gonna go for guidance, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, Machnar, I realize that you're low-key annoyed by everything being kind of in a mess, but at the same time, if there is no mess, there would be nothing for us to clean. So I don't necessarily agree with these people. What do you think I should do?"
While she's praying, can I make a run for it?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's see how this prayer for guidance goes.
Yeah.
What do I add to
Wisdom. For casting
wisdom?
spells.
Oh, thank goodness. I get an 8.
You know, 8. Okay.
Yeah.
What would you like to choose from the list?
After this is cast, this spell is revoked by your deity. I cannot ask for guidance again until I commune with them.
And so, what you want to know is what exactly?
Well,
What are you
I want
asking?
to I just want to be I want to know if Machnar wants me to go forward and deal with the chalices, I think, or go back and leave it alone.
Okay.
Because my goal is to get rid of it. Or the candelabra. I will destroy this candelabra.
What you see is this hand of Machnar, but instead of giving you a clear sign in one way or another, you watch as it seems to fold in on itself and extrude elements trying to point you in one direction and then another, and it seems to you that Machnar does not know what Machnar wants. Machnar is divided from within and unsure.
All these heresies.
Just shrug emoji.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
Machnar like, I don't know. IDK, do what you want.
Yeah.
all right,
Do what
sounds
you
good.
want.
Fish, you're great at smashing things.
Yeah, but first, Ugol.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
while you're like, Machnar, what can I do? You're like, yoink!
Yeah, I'm just going for it. I was like, I can make this. Yeah, like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
So you see the polishing columns like coming in and out and going up and down. And you think you watch them for a minute. You're like, I can do this. It's just like a quick time event. You just, yeah, I'm good at those. Okay, so it's going to be defy danger with your dexterity to see if you are coordinated enough to make it through the polishing chamber without being polished.
I gotta get in this Thieves Guild, man. This is my one shot.
That's right. That's right.
And
Please, God. If there's any justice in the world. 8?
You got an 8. Okay. All right. So you can do it.
Yeah.
But it costs you something. So you leap into this metaphysical polishing channel,
Yeah.
and you feel the holy brushes of Machnar like come in, and you dodge the first ones, and you get through the second ones, but there's a third set that you didn't expect, and they catch you, and they get you with your polishing. So something about you, maybe it's like a sense or a memory or a limb or some other metaphorical thing, is polished away forever. What is it? What is ground off of you by Machnar's mighty bristles?
Oh my God!
I would pick skin. Just all of
I
it.
feel like you die almost immediately with no skin, so maybe something that won't just kill you. No, that's valid too.
you can pull a Johnny Mnemonic, all your memories from before your 10th birthday.
Can my sense of taste just go away?
Yeah,
Oh.
sure. Yeah,
I lose my sense of taste.
Machnar, in its mercy, polishes away your ability to taste
Wow.
anything. All right, so you see, there's a moment where you look up, you realize he's gonna make it. And he jumps over one, he rolls under another one, and then he turns it. Like, why do you get caught? Do you like
I
turn?
did it! Yeah, I'm like, yeah!
Just like comes in, like getting hit with a giant Dremel, and just, and
I
then
know, he turns around, he's like, shout out to all the haters! And then
it gets them, and they peel apart, and nothing seems to have happened.
Looks fine.
But you can't even like.
he goes into his bed. No, I don't know, because he goes in the back, and I'm like, that wasn't so bad. And he goes to eat a piece of candy.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Put it in your mouth.
Oh no.
and he just starts like shoveling this. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. He seems to have lost his mind, shoveling candy into his mouth.
Are you all the way at the end?
Yeah. You've stumbled out the other end of the polishing. So
Okay.
you were in the room.
Yeah.
So now in this room you can see that on the other side of the column, you see, it startles you for a second when you look up from your weeping and your candy shoveling. You see what looks like a body. They're standing up. They are wearing a flat, like a mirror mask, and they're wearing a set of those same robes you saw the body upstairs, but these are pristine and perfect.
Okay.
And they are encased in a block of like clear material. It looks like almost like ice or glass.
Okay.
And they're just like frozen in this block set into the back wall. And then in the middle of the room, there's a column and there's a candelabra.
I use trap expert.
Yeah, you want to take a look around? Okay, all right.
Shoot, 5.
You got a 5?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
At a point of experience.
Yeah, mark a point of experience. You hear the sound of fires, small fires being lit, just and the candelabra begins to like light up. Each little spire lighting up with a flame, just one at a time, very slowly.
Okay.
So while that's happening, what's everybody else doing at the other end of the polishing hall?
So Spazenda told me to smash.
Yeah.
And I've also got this bond that I was going to say oogly.
Oogle?
Oogle, thank you.
Yeah.
Oogle's always getting in trouble. I must protect them from
You ain't got no
themselves.
alibi.
So what do you think the chances are I can run through this obstacle course and just smash with the axe and like clear a path for the 3 of us?
So I mean, you kind of have 2 choices. You could try to run through it and not get polished, or you could try to just smash it with your axe.
I'm going to
Do that
smash
just
it
like
with my
one thing
axe.
at a time. Just try to
Yeah,
go
it's
in
going
on
to come
it.
in
Okay.
and just like, Cha! And when that one's broken, it's like, all right, safe. Gah!
So you see fish striding forward, ready to smash this thing. It occurs to you that this is like of significant historical and religious like significance. Like this place is ancient, and if there is a lie in the church, it's going to be a lot easier to prove if you don't smash up the place completely. Just something that occurs to you before fish dives in.
I'm like,
Destroy all the anthropology.
grip it with one hand, grip with the other, and you can like see me almost like a T-ball, just like.
Well, at the same time, I never signed up to be a heretic, restoring the church to. Like, I'm not trying to recruit followers. I'm just trying to do what I think is right, and my pragmatism has already sort of gotten me on the outs with my religious organization. So, I feel it, I notice it, the thought passes through my head, and I say, "Oh, that sounds like a lot of work."
Much like your god, you shrug emoji.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Sure.
Smash.
So yeah, you're gonna try to smash it up.
10.
Yeah, 10. All right, cool. So you begin just hacking away at this sacred trap, and it's gonna take you a bit to do the thing to like smash
But
it
ideally,
up.
I've cleared a path the 3 of us can walk
Yeah,
safely.
you will have. Yeah. So
Excellent.
while you were doing that,
Also, these dead fish people could have done all that.
what are you doing?
Okay. Quick. Think, Google. What would you do? What would Vance do in this
The
situation?
fires are starting to light.
Oh God! I look at the floor. Is there like tiles on the floor? Like, are there like any kind of like? Is it just a flat
No, everything
floor?
in here is
I look
perfectly
up.
smooth.
I look up too. Like, what's
The
in
ceiling also perfectly smooth. Everything is smooth. So smooth.
And there's like someone in a block of ice.
yeah, at the back of the room, just
Behind the pedestal.
Yeah, so it's like a squarish room, and there's a pedestal, and then at the back wall, that's a person.
So Oogle does like the thing where he touches in front of him on the floor.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
No.
He just walks forward.
Okay, yeah, you approach the
Yeah,
pedestal.
pedestal.
Sure. Yeah, all right. The candelabra is like almost fully lit.
Takes out like a bag of candy.
Oh my god.
Swaps it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nothing happens. You take
You
it.
Indiana Jones
and
sit.
you grab it, and the bag of sand just kind of like
Candy.
like sits there. Candy.
I can't taste it anymore, so it's not good to me.
It just sits there. Yeah. Just,
I back away. Yeah, I just slowly back out of the room.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put it in my backpack.
So as you hold it, I mean it's on fire, so you can't really put it in your
Oh,
backpack.
it's on fire?
Like,
Okay,
there's
I'm
all the
just-
candle. There's no
Yeah.
candles. There's like phantom candles. There's fire handling them. So as you hold it, you turn and you look back, and as you look at your friends, you see you finishing off the last of the. You see these two, and you just realize for the first time, maybe ever, just like how imperfect they are.
Oh no!
You notice that Fish's face is just like a little asymmetrical, and it's just like really getting to you. Like one nostril's bigger than the other, right? And you see Tumble, and you think about all the times Tumble couldn't decide on a shape. Like you're a monkey, and then you're an underground monkey, and then you're a dog, and you just like kind of are like angry about that.
Yeah.
Weird naked rat.
Yeah, and you look, and your gaze last falls on Spazenda, and you can see, you just like see like right through her. You just see like what a false prophet she is. Like she's just like making everybody look bad, and you just feel suddenly this sense of like irritation and
Do
frustration.
I find that weird though that I'm feeling that?
You could try to defy the danger
I would
of
like
the
to-
power of
Yeah, I would like to try to do that.
the power of the dark minimalists.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
What are we using?
I think in this case you're trying to use your
Charisma?
like wisdom because it's your willpower, right? It's like you're trying to overpower the.
God, it's always my two worst. All my rolls have been my two worst scores all night.
Well,
Okay.
Mark a point of experience. 'Cause you got a 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
aren't you also confused?
That's a 2.
It's okay, even worse. It's the same. All right. So you were unable to stop this from happening.
Okay.
And you feel like it just feels normal and natural to you,
Yeah.
and you feel like you have reached a pivot. You've reached a turning point
Okay.
where if you give yourself over to this power, it could make you perfect too. You think about all the times everybody's been shitty to you, and all the times everybody's complaining about you being lazy. You're perfect, Dougal. You were always perfect, and now you know. And all you have to do is just let that perfection shine out from you into the world.
I guess I do that.
Okay, so as you were watching this preview, so you finished the thing, you pulled it off. The two of you are looking down the hall, and you see Dougal do the heel turn, right? You watch his eyes like go dark, and you see this like it's that same look that we saw on Brasso's face in the mosaic. This like the world is imperfect, I must perfect it. And you see.
One hit
Dougal-
point, by the way.
You see Dougal give himself over to the darkness. What are you gonna do? The perfect polished darkness.
I am gonna go in there, and I'm a middle-aged lady, and I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna whack him with my damn stick until he puts that down, and I'm going to jump up and down on top of
You're
it.
just like, drop it!
Naughty! I knew you were a little shit.
Just wail him in the face.
I'm just gonna wait. I'm
with
just
your
gonna.
stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
my God.
All right. So, you see her running towards you. You see Spazenda like on her way, and she's gonna try to stop you.
Yeah.
And you feel the perfect buffing power of God running through your veins.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Well, I'm going to try to protect myself.
Okay. All right.
I don't know how.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't need to know how.
Yeah.
God's taking the wheel now.
God, Jesus,
So,
take the wheel.
a beam of
Alright,
light
take the wheel.
emerges from the candelabra and flies towards you. You can attempt to dodge it and then hit him in the face with
I
your
think that's
stick.
my only opportunity.
Okay, all right. So make a defy danger with your dexterity.
Oh, good. Oh my gosh.
What'd you get?
12.
10.
You got 10. There you go. Okay. So the beam lances out and she's not where you thought she would be.
Yeah.
And it hits the floor and like runs over some of the debris that you left there, and immediately the debris is just evaporated. It leaves this perfect clean like line on the floor. And then you get within range of Dougal. And
I'm gonna give him a whap on the head. I'm gonna be like,
okay. All right.
stop it, you little shit.
So I don't think you don't have to like you're not in melee. He's not fighting
No.
back. So just roll your damage. Give me armor.
Oh, D6.
1 armor.
1 armor. Okay.
2?
So you deal 2 damage, reduced by 1.
I have 1
2
hit
ones.
point.
You smash Dougal in the face, and Dougal dies. So the candelabra falls from Dougal's hand to the floor, clattering on the ground.
Man, I really like Dougal, too.
tumbles backwards, face smashed in, and the power of the candelabra is snuffed out. All the lights go out. And you have a moment. So there's a move for when you die
Yeah.
called last breath. So let's have you take your last breath.
Okay.
So when you're dying, you're gonna roll. No plus anything. Death doesn't care how tough or cool you are.
Yeah.
So just roll 2d6. Oh. Do you want another? Do you want to know what the results mean before you roll, or do you want to just roll it?
I wanna
Just
roll.
Okay.
8.
All right. On a 7 to 9, Death will offer you a bargain. Take it, and you stabilize, or refuse and pass beyond the black gates to whatever fate awaits you. So what?
take it.
What form? Hold on. What form does Death take? So we cut to you. You've just been killed. You've been smashed in the face. Your brain hemorrhaged. You fall backwards and you die. What does Dougal expect the afterlife to look like? Like when you die, what do you see?
Dougal sees it's like a big party.
Okay.
Yeah, he just wants something that he can take a part of, and they're like, yeah, come on in, man. Like, you finally made it. Yeah,
the
it's
big
like
thieves guild
big
in the
thieves
sky.
guild in the sky. Yeah,
Okay.
he's part of something, and they're inviting him in. They're like, you're allowed to
Yeah,
come
so
in.
you-
because Ugo's like standing back there, and he's like, I don't think I should. Be
So
allowed
yeah,
to
so
go.
here's the
Hey,
thing. You come up to the door, and the doorman's like, check. He's like, what's your name?
yeah, Ugo.
He's like, all right, let me look. He's like, looking on the list. Like, Google.
And I start walking away already. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So, there is something you know that you have to do still to get into this like thieves guild in the sky.
Yeah.
And it is your imperative. If you are returned to life, you must finish the job, or you know that all you have to do right now is just give up, and he'll be like, oh, Ugo, right here. Yeah, come on in, man.
Fuck. Ugo would give up. That's Ugo would just give up. He's like, yeah, I guess I'm fucking
I
dead.
guess I gotta go back to being alive. And you
Yeah.
start walking away. He's like, hey, come in. No, you're right here. I found it. You're on the list. Come
Like,
on
oh,
in.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the door opens. It's just like cheers. Everyone inside's like, Ugo. Someone puts a beer in your hand. You get pulled in, and they're just like, oh, you're such a good thief, buddy.
Back to real life.
Yeah, it's like in your face.
Sticky, bloody orb
Just like
for the.
happy cheers.
Like your face is smashed in. You lay it
Ugo
on the
would definitely
ground.
give up. Yeah.
So you the candelabra is lying there on the ground. Ugo was not strong enough to resist its power. What are you gonna do? You can feel like waves of like evil radiating off of this thing.
Don't touch this thing.
Smash it.
Smash?
We gotta hold on. Before we smash it, can I go see who's in the case?
Smash. Smash.
But don't
Yeah.
touch it.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
a wide
yeah,
berth.
You approach the case.
All right.
Yeah. It's the perfectly preserved body of Saint Brasso. It's like just
Just like a lemon.
locked in carbonite. Yeah, right. Just like floating there.
There
in
she
this
is in all
block
of her glory.
Block of lucite.
She looks stern.
Yeah.
And like she has an aggressive skincare regime. Okay, cool. Wait, I do know one spell. I know Speak with Dead.
Okay.
It's the only spell I took.
Whoa!
Nice. This is your first level spell.
Yeah.
Whoa!
A
Cool.
corpse converses with you briefly.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright.
It will answer any 3 questions you pose to it. It's the best of the knowledge it had in life and the knowledge it gained in death.
There you go. So
Okay.
roll perfect spell for this opportunity. Roll your wisdom and see how it goes.
That's 9 plus 2 is 11.
All right.
Yo!
So
I'm on fire.
How does this work? Are you imparted this information like auto-magically, or is it like an actual conversation they
I
can
feel like
hear?
it should be an actual conversation.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to be like, hold on, wait. We will smash this thing, but let me just ask some questions first. I'll go.
Okay. So from under her mask, you hear the voice of Saint Brasso emerge. First quiet, a whisper as she's drawn back to her body from whatever afterlife awaits her, and sticking with the goof we made before, she says, "What do you want?"
Saint Brasso, I have ventured here to gain your candelabra, but I see that it is an evil object, and it has no place for Machnar the Fastidious's brand of particular tidy love. It's too clean. How can I destroy this object?
Ha! Destroys a candelabra. It's impossible.
Why is it impossible to destroy this candelabra?
Because it was made to serve Machnar, and serve Machnar at will. You cannot destroy the divine. It is a part of them.
I've only got 3 questions. I've only got 3
Got
questions.
one more question. Yep.
So,
You really the head of Quickie Mart?
I was about to say, you really say Brasso. Really?
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 Thank you. Okay, yeah.
does anybody else have any questions for her?
Just turn like, anybody?
Yeah, well, I don't want to just like.
So did Brasso actually become part of Machnar in death?
Yeah. I'll just ask.
Find out about the truth about death.
Yeah, it's like, cool. Well, I'm gonna do my best. How's the afterlife?
It sucks.
Good. I guess enjoy it then.
Okay.
Maybe it's because you were naughty. I say.
Yeah. You speak to the block of lucite. She says nothing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This
She
is
says
a
you
magic.
can't smash it. I'll smash it.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to like poke it with my like. I'm gonna like step on a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem to do anything.
All right.
And the flames are still snuffed out.
Yep. Yeah, it's just lying there inert.
I'm gonna jump up and down on it.
Oh.
You jump up and down on it. It doesn't bend or break or anything. You don't lose your balance,
Oh.
thankfully.
Okay.
You, agent of Moknar. Maybe if the only thing that can purge it is itself. Can you try and take control of its powers and turn it on itself? I only trust you as an agent of Moknar to have the willpower necessary to control its power.
I believe in you, Swazenda.
You can do it.
Okay.
Think of the glory of saving the Earth, or the planet, whatever we've called this planet.
Duh, Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
You sure you don't want to try hitting it first?
I'm having a moment of uncertainty. Do you want to just? I mean, yeah, you can try and pick it up and bend it to your will. If you'd like, your friends are gonna help you. They got your back.
Hopefully.
Think of the power
This will be
of
the only time
friendship.
I don't roll well tonight.
Maybe we'll see.
Just go for it.
Let's see. What have I got left? I've got no spells.
It's definitely not the most important role of the session.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, well, you know, that's fine.
I think if you pick it up, it's defy danger. The danger is that
That-
Moknar's dark power fills you, and
Yeah, well, I believe Moknar is a lot of things, and sometimes Moknar is just wanting to keep on keeping on and be a nice person to other people and clean up after your messes, because that's only considerate.
there you go.
So-
Your goodly beliefs may yet overpower it.
Yeah, so
All right, so you're gonna roll. You're gonna add your wisdom,
Okay.
and then if you need your friend's help, they can roll to help you.
Okay.
Power of friendship.
I'll probably need my friend's help.
Let's see.
I have a 10.
Nice. So you don't even need it. You hear them cheering you on, but it's your inner stores of will that carry you through. So you reach down, you pick up the candelabra, and in the same way you feel that sense of like imperfection around you of the world. And I think, and you can help me feel this out, I think that part of the reason you don't get like caught up in it is because you've already accepted that that's how the world is. You're not like on a quest for perfection, right? You haven't had an annoying sister telling you what a piece of shit you are your whole life, and you're not like you have some experience.
Perfection's boring.
Yeah, when you seize control of the candelabra, this dangerous infinite polisher, what do you command it to do? You can turn its energy on anybody or anything you like. What are you gonna do with it?
I'm going to immediately destroy it. I can't be
Yeah.
trusted to do one thing other than just turn its energy on itself.
Okay, yeah, totally. So it just polishes itself into oblivion, and it just, I think we see it in fast motion, like it peels away in layers, like it polishes off the first layer, and then and it gets smaller and smaller, like a candy cane, until just vanishing in your hand. Faint dust drifting to the floor, settling on Google's face.
I do feel bad about clubbing Oogle to death.
Honestly, the coward had it coming.
I do feel bad about clubbing.
Look, man, I got through all the traps.
So you leave, I assume. Then you've done your job.
yeah.
The traps are subdued. So we see. Do you take Oogle's body with you, or do
Yeah,
you
we
leave
should
it?
take Oogle's
Okay,
body with
all
us.
right.
That would be it. Would be rude to leave a mess
Right,
behind.
so, like,
Put him in the ground.
Yeah. So you carry
I'm
him
gonna,
costume,
like-
so you pick him up, and do you carry him out?
Yeah, I'll throw him over my shoulder.
He sticks to you.
He's weirdly
Oh, and you have to
sticky.
touch him.
Oh, I have to touch him! That's okay. The body will disassociate that. Like, even in death, he causes us trouble.
That's right. So you carry his body out, and I think that's the last shot, right? Is the group of you leaving with you looking on your face like, why must I touch the dead? You have this kind of like look of finished, and you can finally you feel that constraint of this place like freeing you to return to whatever form you feel most comfortable with. And we see you all walk into a fade out to credits.
Yeah.
So that's our session. Let's do we'll do the end of session move, because at the end of a Dungeon World session we go over we have a move called end of session to get experience.
Okay.
And we'll talk about how that works. So first, if you have a bond on your character sheet that is either completely explored, no longer relevant, or otherwise just not like it's resolved, it's finished, ask the player of the character who has the bond with you if they agree that it is done, and if they do, then you mark a point of experience and you write a new bond. So we have a dead character. So you feel this isn't just like they're dead so it resolves. Do you feel like it was resolved satisfyingly with the dead character or with any of the other characters? Do you have any bonds that you think are resolved?
I definitely think my bond with Oogle
was?
of not trusting him has been resolved, and that was
Do
paid
you
off.
agree that it was yes? Okay, so you'd mark experience, and then you would cross off that bond, and you write a new one, either with like Adam's replacement character or with another character based on the action of the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other bonds that are resolved?
Tumble is a good and faithful person. I trust him implicitly.
Seems like, is that still true?
I think it's still true,
Okay,
so I think that's still
because again,
fine.
keeping the bonds is okay. This
Yeah.
isn't like a you want to do this necessarily. It's because you still get the bonus, right? Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
The only bond, is Oogle smells more like prey than a hunter.
Do you think that's resolved?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I definitely. So, I had one that said Oogle is always getting themselves into trouble. I must protect them from themselves.
Yeah, and you failed big
I
time.
definitely failed at
Yeah, you
that,
blew it.
which is tough.
So that's a way to resolve it, right? And your next bond could be like, I'm a failure as a protector. And
Oh,
like, you know,
have
like
to
you'd
try and
write,
overcome
you'd
that.
write something with someone else, like you transfer that, and maybe you get super overprotective of like
Okay.
Tumble or
So we
you know.
would resolve that,
Yeah,
not necessarily
yeah.
pass it, but it's
Right,
resolved?
exactly. The
Okay.
idea is that it's cleared, you mark experience, and
Yeah.
then you.
What about Oogle's ways are strange and confusing? I think that would also be resolved.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And then you could write a bond that's about like they're all confusing or Oogle was confusing in a special way.
Oogle's definitely confusing in a
Oogle's
special
a
way.
special-
and I definitely
special
feel
boy.
that
I like my
Spozenda
little
shares
friend look like.
my hunger for glory. The earth shall tremble at our passing.
Yeah. But there's like you could even write that one to be that you've learned that sometimes glory is not about big muscles and axes, but the spiritual
Ooh.
strength that you have within, right?
right.
So and it's up to you to decide like
Yeah.
when your character learns those lessons.
Yeah.
So that's bonds. Once bonds are updated, look at your alignment. Did you fulfill your alignment at least once this session? What was yours? What did you have for yours?
Mine was good.
Yeah, and what was the action?
Endanger yourself to heal another.
I don't think that you put yourself in a position of danger to heal anybody because you healed everybody after all the danger.
Yeah. So nope.
Okay. What was your alignment?
Neutral, so eliminate an unnatural menace.
I feel like the big trash golem was an unnatural menace. So,
Probably.
So you mark experience. What was your alignment?
Evil.
And what was the trigger for it?
Shift danger or blame from yourself to, or shift danger or blame from yourself to someone else.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I left the room when my friends were fighting a
Yeah, you
monster.
shifted all the danger to
Yeah.
them. So you'd mark experience. I usually, even if there's a character that's dead, I usually will do this with them so they can carry their XP to their next character
Yeah.
or whatever. Okay, and then for your alignment?
I was neutral, and it said, "Teach someone the ways of your people,"
Yeah.
which I did when
Yeah,
when
yeah, right.
Tumble,
Yeah, don't touch
Tumble
me.
wanted to touch me.
Don't touch me is also the ways of my people. So when you have for long-term games, when you mark experience, you basically two choices. You can either for alignment, you can either take the experience point and keep being whatever you were, or you can be like, no, I don't want that experience. I'm changing my alignment. Right. So you have to reject your alignment and turn away the point, and then you can change your alignment, and you can either pick another one or you can write a new one.
You can only do that if
you do
got
it.
the experience.
Yeah. So you have
Okay.
to do it and then be like, I didn't like doing that. I reject it. I'm turning my back on this alignment. I'm going to pick something different. Yeah.
Interesting.
And then as a group, we answer all three of these questions, and they're almost always yes on the first session. Did we learn something new and important about the world? Yes,
Yes.
it exists. So everybody gets one. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy? Yes.
Yes.
Did we loot a memorable treasure? Yeah, you got the candelabra. You did the thing. So everybody got 3 more experience.
Yeah.
And so the way leveling up works is the default game is 7 plus your current level. If you have that many experience, you spend that much when your character gets a chance to rest, and then you level up. And when you level up, you choose a new advanced move from your class. Wizards get new spells, and you choose one of your stats and increase it by 1.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. And so there's tons of like extra moves for higher level. There are ones that gate on you have to be level 5 or higher.
Yeah,
Some of the
yeah.
moves, like the bard has 3 that they can take from other classes. So you can like
Cool.
take another class and be like, I'm gonna take trap expert, even though I'm a bard. I think the thief has a couple too.
Yeah.
Multi-class moves.
I like that you basically only get experience for failing.
Yeah, you get experience for doing your alignment, pursuing your bonds, flubbing rolls, and then doing the 3 questions. And individual campaigns, you could change those questions. Like the default game is about finding out new things about the game's world, overcoming monsters and enemies, and getting treasure. But you could change those 3 things to be like, did I save a friend in a time of need?
Yeah.
Did I show my inner strength? And did I embarrass an enemy or whatever? And so it changes the tenor of the game by getting players to reward themselves for their behavior. But that's it. That's Dungeon World.
That was fun.
That's
I
super
liked
fun.
that a lot.
Thank you,
Yeah,
friend.
that was
Good time.
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.